First Nation Community Hall here at the corner of Junction 23 and Junction 34 in Swan Lake First Nation, Manitoba. We're here today for the 10th annual Swan Lake First Nation 8-ball tournament. It is day 3, championship day, and we've done the singles yesterday and the first day. We started off the team event yesterday. We're continuing today. We're starting off with a B-side quarterfinal matchup. We're deep into this matchup and have some issues with the system, but it's finally going. We're really deep into this match. We're at a crucial point in the match, so we're just going to get right into it. Go to the split screen view. We'll start the timer here. We'll update the scores too. Give me a second here. $85 for 8-ball crew and 72 for ball bangers. 85. All right, so the scoreboard has been updated. The matches are current. They're into that third, fourth round spot where like they're battling for their lives right now. It's a B-side quarterfinal matchup. It's an elimination matchup, and the players are like fully engaged, man. One of the things that I wanted to pop up real quick is the list of teams that came out to play this year. Thank you for supporting the event like you guys always do. Without you guys' support, the event is not as successful as it's always been, and we appreciate it. Team Daryl, Kevin Cardinal, Jimmy Snooker, and the Super Flies. I apologize for that. Chocoholics, Anonymous, Dryden's team, Darcy Malcolm, 8-ball crew, Evan Flo, Sharice McKay, Ball Bangers, Brian Walker, All Nations, Elise Cameron, Scraps, Crazy Eights, and Good Times. Thank you for supporting the event. You guys are amazing for doing so. This matchup here is a quarterfinal matchup. It is an elimination matchup, and it's a showdown between Ball Bangers and 8-ball crew. We'll wait for the shot to go here on this table. All right. Here's the lineup for both teams. On the Ball Bangers, we got, oops, I had to make a mistake. Of course I had to make a mistake. That's a good thing, though. I'm telling you right now. Let me correct that right now. I don't know how that T game became a T, but so it's the mechanic, Brian Ross, Ryan Pittman, Jim Teethart, Kerry Reed on Ball Bangers. On 8-ball crew, we got Farrell Cameron, John Fleury, Corey Blackbird, and Donna Blackbird. Those are the lineups for this matchup. These are the players that are at the table right now. We have Farrell Cameron coming to the table on table 2, Jim Teethart on table number 1 at the moment. Oh, and one of these cameras crashed. Okay, give me a second. I gotta do something here. Surprised that crashed. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go to main screen for a second. I just gotta rescue my camera here for some reason. It's acting up. Okay. Sorry about that inconvenience. Sorry about a bit of tardiness. My system crashed. There was nothing I could have done about it. It wasn't recognizing my microphone or anything like that. So that's been solved now. We're on to the game. And well, we got a long shot here to the corner. For the finish on that one, straight to the heart. I'm going to get an update on the score right away, too. Did I get it back? Check, check, check. Yeah. Sorry. Oh my God, man. So like, I gotta apologize. What happened? That was a 10. I gotta go through this again. This is, by the way, this is not me being unprofessional. This is the system being a system. 10 to 5. 3 point difference. We're into the last two racks. So I gotta apologize for the start of the day today. How you doing, man? Um, the system decided to act up on me last night overnight. Everything was fine last night. So when I turned off everything and I was ready to go home or to the hotel room, everything was perfect. When I came in today, everything was wrong. The sound wasn't working. The camera's been acting up. I've been avoiding trying to update the softwares because every time you update the software, there's always headaches and adjustments because the systems, they try to do their best to make the systems run properly, but there's always like little niches or little things that happen that you just can't see coming until the system is updating. You have to just deal with it. So unfortunately for me, I had no choice but to update the software today and update all the softwares that I have because the system just wasn't working properly. And so that kind of started off this whole day being backwards. I was here on time. I was trying to get everything going. The system wasn't recognizing my mixer. My sound system wasn't working properly. OBS started doing the weird stuff that it does. It's a open source software, so like I love it because you get a chance to do a lot of great things with it. But the problem with open source is that, see, somebody just kicked the tripod again. The problem is that it's gonna do weird things, right? It's because it's open source. It's not costing you anything to pay for it. You're gonna have crashes, and so every time you update the software, you're always running the risk that there's gonna be a crash. That's what's going on with the system right now. So at first it recognizes my microphone, then it doesn't recognize my microphone, then it takes my microphone completely. I get it back, and now as I'm trying to talk to you guys for the last 10, 15 minutes, I wasn't able to because I thought I was talking, right? I'm looking at the screen, I'm thinking, okay, I'm talking because I can hear myself, but I didn't realize that the signal wasn't going through. So this whole time that I've been trying to talk, like nothing's been coming through because the system's trying to act up on me. So hopefully this is the end of that. Hopefully it's gonna settle in, and hopefully there won't be any more issues with it. Um, Anytime that somebody walks into the camera, which so far they've done it twice in the last few minutes, that's gonna rock that camera, and it's gonna mess around with the wiring. So every now and then it's gonna freeze up. I like to keep it on a split screen. There's gonna be moments if this keeps happening where I'm gonna have to switch over to the single screen. I don't want you guys to miss any action, so I'm not happy about it. But I understand that this is the only way I can rescue things. So it's the process of what I have to go through, and I apologize for any unprofessionalism that you may see on the stream today. I swear to God, it's not because of me. I'm trying my best to be professional about what I do. I love this event. I love the people here, and I love the competition every year. So I'm just trying to represent them the best way that I can, and I'm always trying to do that no matter what, wherever I go. But I swear to God, I'm trying to do my best for them today, and it's just the system that's fighting me, the will of God, whatever it is, man. Somebody put a curse on me. I have no idea what's going on, but there's something going on, right? So just be patient with me. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the coverage. It's going to be a really good day of competition. We have lots of good players here. We're into the championship day. It's money day, so everybody's trying to make the most money. We're in the B side quarterfinals here on the B side, progressing towards the semifinals. And the A side, we're going to have the A side semifinal right away. Then we're going to have the A side final right after that. I believe we're probably going to have both A side semifinals, then the A side final. But they might play one of them ahead, right? I'm not the organizer, so I can't really say that how it's going to be set up or run. All I know is that we have for sure the A side semifinal coming up next. The matchup between Ebb and Flow and Lateral Descendants. Two people or two teams that know each other really well because they're like family. They always play together and all that stuff. They're finally meeting up in a different way with their opposition. So that's going to change, how they play, and it's going to be interesting how that match works out, especially because they're playing for a top 3 spot technically, right? You win that match, you go into the A side final, you're guaranteed 3rd place now, right? So it's such a huge match that's going to be coming up, and it's going to be interesting to see how these players deal with all the extra emotional stuff that comes with that, right? Like your friends and teammates, ex-teammates, you usually win together, play together. Now you're playing against each other, right? But you're both in a spot where like you can still win, you can still get to that spot, right? So it's going to be an entertaining matchup for sure. And I just hope that the system stops acting up on me because I've been doing my best just to make sure everything goes smooth here. And I don't know, it just seems like there's something out there just trying to fight me. But I believe that it's going to work out, and I believe you guys are going to have a great time today. So just keep watching. I promise you, I'm going to do my best here to give you guys the best coverage that I can. It's going to be not rod focused because yesterday there was a lot of talk about me. I'm not trying to do that. I really not trying to do that. It's only because I've been dealing with my health. So today I'm just going to try to do my best to just focus on the love and the passion, sharing the knowledge with you guys, helping you guys understand the patterns on the table, helping you to understand more about mentality and approach and how to avoid the situations that get you into trouble and the situations that rob you from your wins. So we're focused today. We're going to make it happen. Look at the shot on table one. Oh, just came up short. A really nice effort, though, but just came up short. She's a player that I just kind of got to watch this year for the first time, Carrie Reed, and she's a really good player, man. I'm enjoying watching her. But she's up against a really big player here, too, Donna Blackford. It's the old ladies matchup on table number one. Usually this is the match that kind of sets the tone for the match, what kind of decides who's going to win. But they're 3 points apart. So, like, right now, like, it's not really a big impact game. But whoever wins this game is going to help their team win. So a lot of pressure for both of them. They both understand their jobs. You know, Carrie kind of looked at that shot in the April. She's like, well, I know I'm going to play a two-way, play the bank. If I make it good, if I don't, then I'm going to get safe. Donna's doing the same thing here. She's like, okay, I'm just going to play smart. Not going to give her too much of a shot. Put her in a spot where she has to force an angle or something. Maybe she'll go for a big shot again, right? Like trying to draw on that inexperience, right? See if maybe she'll take the bite, right? Right now it's tempting. I know, like the carrot's dangling, right? You're thinking about it. I know she's thinking about it. But she's got to think about this shot in a way where she's not going to sell it out. So to find a good shot here, like it's so difficult to find something because the way the 11 is set up, like you're very limited. What you have to kind of do, let's see if since I upgraded my system, I have no idea if this stuff's going to work anymore. But what you kind of have to do is you have to find the sweet spot, right? So when you're looking at this ball, like the contact point on this is very limited. So like if you hit the here, like, the ball's pushing to the left, and the cue ball is going to go from there, go up this way, right? So because it's going up this way, like it's hard to play the perfect safety. But if you play the ball to the edge of the ball, see somebody just went to it again. If you play it to the edge of the ball, you go back up, and you come back down, right? That 8 ball should come off the rail and come back and block that. But you have to have the perfect pace, and you're risking a scratch, all depending on how you play it. That's the experience here, the knowledge. She bit, she went for it, and that was the whole deal. That's what she was trying to do, right? She was trying to get her to bite. Temptation was there, but the reason why she went for it, and I'm gonna explain this to you because she's probably gonna watch this later too. The only reason she went for it is because she felt like there was no other option, right? There was another option though. You could have tried to play a 3-rail bank to get into that bottom left corner to block that pocket. That was the only other option you had left. Donna's gonna win that one with a 10-7 score. I believe that's the match. 120 to 114 for 8-ball crew. They're still playing, but I'm pretty sure the match is over now. There's only one rack left, possible 10 points. The most that ball bangers can get is 124. So that means that 8-ball crew needs 6 balls. Or maybe it's still on. I don't know. Because maybe this is 8-ball crew right off the table. I haven't seen anybody pound or shake or anything, so this match might still be on. It might be down to the last table. And he just needs this 11 ball for the win because he needs 6 balls. No, he needs 7 balls. Sorry, to get that extra point. Okay, let me see. So if they got 6, it'd be 126. The most they can get is 124. Yeah, so he's got the win. Yeah, should be over. Yeah, there's the pounding. It's official now. It's over. Official. Congratulations to the 8-ball crew. They'll continue their battle on the B side, trying to get into the championship round. We'll see how that's gonna play out for them, but that's the goal right now, is just to keep going, man. Just keep going and going and going. All right, so let's set this up now because we're gonna get into an A-side semifinal. We get a taste of the undefeated side of the event. I gotta set all this up, so I'm gonna do that quickly here. Looking up the bracket here so I can figure it out. Long names, man. I always say don't come at me with long names, but everybody does. So we watched Evanflow play last night. You guys kind of have an idea how they're playing? They're going to be playing again in this match. Job, man. But you guys just won this match. Good job, man. Congratulations. All right, so bang. The scoreboard is reset for the match. We're waiting for the players to come in so we can get that going. I got to do the other stuff here, so I'm going to do that right now. They're going to want to warm up, so we're not going to get going right away, but we will get going probably within 10, 15 minutes. No, I'm assuming within 10 minutes. The match is scheduled for 11:30, so and because like they were going to play an extra round last night to keep it going, but they decided not to keep it going. They decided to bring everybody in the morning. So what they're doing today is that they're just going on the fly. If this match is scheduled at 12 and the tables are open at 11, you play at 11. Like so, everybody that's here, they're aware. Like we're just going on the fly because it's new territory, right? We're trying to figure out like if this is the way they want to set up for next year again, like the scheduling, or if they're going to end up pushing again next year for another round later on at night. So this is the discovery zone, we'll call it. We're just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure out how my system's going to work here because everything is kind of funky right now. I'm going to set up this stuff for you guys though. Give me a second. They haven't set up the lineups yet. So what I'm going to have to do is go back here and track it down. These guys are still kind of getting ready here. I'm just trying to do the background stuff. So By the way, um, I just want you guys to know this because it's not really important information, but Earl and his team, who are literal descendants right now, they picked me up last year. I filled in the gap for them so they can have a fourth player. We won the event last year as a team. I didn't want to play this year because I didn't feel good about abandoning my duties last year on the stream. So like I said to them, like if somebody needs me, like I'll help them out, but like hopefully not on a team that's gonna go all the way. Just I want to help a team get into the money, right? So that's all I was trying to do. I didn't end up playing, and these guys ended up picking up Joey Bolio for the fourth player this year, and they have a chance now to get into the championship match or in the A-side final right now. So they have a chance to get into the championship match, and I'm don't really pick favorites, but that's the team that I played with last year. So they kind of have my heart a little bit. I mean, they're like family, man. So they always do. But like I said, I try to be neutral. So I'm gonna do my best to be neutral. But and a part of me is kind of rooting for them because like I played with them last year. We won this thing together as a team. So like to me, watching them play and winning again, even if it's without me, it's like watching like my team winning again, right? So it's I'm a little bit attached to the match a little bit, but I love everyone in here and the team from Evanflow. Like they're all good friends too. I have nothing but respect for all of them too, and I've also played with them also. So like I'm kind of divided here on this one about who's gonna win and who I'm rooting for, man, because I enjoy both teams, right? But it's gonna be a fun match for sure. I think you guys are gonna enjoy the competition. Both teams are the kind of teams that are willing to go above and beyond to accomplish the goals. So this is going to be a really nice matchup for you guys. Just waiting for them to get warmed up so we can get settled in and started. Yeah, baby, yeah. They're just warming up. Everybody's at the table warming up. So I don't know. Let's just start by checking things out. All right. So on Team Ebb and Flow, we have Terry Boyle, we have Leon Houle Sr., we have John North, and Erica Flett. On Laurel's Descendants, we have Earl Cameron, Emery Cameron, Joey Bolio, and Elise Cameron. You have to have a female player, mandatory. You have to have a master. You don't have to, but you're allowed one master. And then the fill-ins, well, that's the sandbagging. That's where you get the little loophole to figure out how you can take advantage of things. The way the system is set up right now, they have it at 70. For every 70 points in CSR difference per team, you get 1 point handicap. And we kind of talked about it a little bit yesterday. Everybody's trying to figure out how the system works and how we can make it work in a way that we can create a fair system. There's a lot of learning curves that we're going through still trying to figure that out. But I feel like here in Manitoba anyway, we're pushing in the right direction on trying to deal with this and figure it out. Being in these kind of events where they do run CSR events and people inviting me to come and cover them allows me to be able to be more intimate into the situation of the handicap system that we're trying to create for everyone here in Canada, right? For me, it's about Manitoba because that's where I live. But I know that Canada as a whole is trying to figure out how to make the system fair for everyone because this is the process of pool becoming great, which a lot of people don't understand. The reason why we got set back for all these years on growth is because there was a lot of sandbagging, right? And that didn't happen until the handicap era. Once people started getting handicapped or qualified by a certain level of play, that's when we finally started seeing the effects of what handicap systems can do. So we lost ourselves for years, and because of the handicap system, there's always been a bitter taste in the mouth of players that don't win because the other team was stacked. So what happens then is that team that goes to play an event is not going to go back to that event the next year because they felt like they didn't have the fair chance to win. They put their money up, they didn't have a chance to win like they should have. It was not fair. The system did not support what they were looking for, which was a fair fight. So the problem with that is that you kind of destroy your events by not having a fair system. Other teams are going to come out every year no matter what, right? There's going to be other teams that didn't play last year that are going to come out the next year. So you're still going to have people that fill in those spots, but the growth is now stagnant because instead of having the return players come back as well, you're just getting new players coming in that are maybe going to have a good experience, but if they don't, they're not going to come back either, right? So the growth of pool in Canada or just as a whole in any community is very reliant on how fair the system works for everyone, how fair the competition is for everybody out there. And so that's what the process is right now for all organizations. They're trying to figure out how to make this all work in a way where like everybody's happy and fair. Now, the point that I'm trying to get to about all this is that we can't grow pool without a fair system because we need more spotlight. The only spotlight that we get in pool right now is usually through Matchroom or Predator, the professionals. And honestly, to them, they have no concern about the rest of the world in pool because they're making wages, they're making money, they're traveling, they get compensated for everything that they go out there and play and have fun with. So they don't really have to stress about like the amateur, the novice, the leagues and how they do. Don't take me the wrong way, because guys like Shane Van Boning, he supports the league all the time, right? He grew up as a league player, right? So don't get me wrong, but the reality is that it doesn't really matter to them because they have an established stature in pool and they're making a difference within their own world, which is the professional world. When it comes to the rest of the world in pool, we're left way behind. We're still kind of like prehistoric in a sense, right? So like the only way we can ever catch up is by making the systems fair for everyone so we can increase the competition and increase the importance and the impact that these organizations and events create for pool players all around. And the only way you can ever do that is by creating a system where people are allowed to be able to put their money in, knowing full well that they have a really good chance to defend it, right? So this is an example. Let's say you have a tournament like right now. Okay, this one's a $400 entry. You come in, you play, and you play against a team that was super stacked, right? They do the 70 points per 70 or 1 point for every 70 points. You come into the match where you know you need 110 points to win, and you're down 50 or 60 points. You get smoked, right? You go to the B side, you deal with this again. This time you got a 40, 45 points spot, and then you lose again to another team because they had a big handicap. They weren't ranked properly because the system is still not quite available the way it's supposed to be. So now that team next year, instead of signing up for $400, they're going to think about it. They might do it if it's no problem, like if they can afford it, no problem, or they just like to play. But if it was the first time and they were trying to go out there to make money and that's what they experience, they're just not signing up, right? But if you have a fair system where you know for sure that players can't really mess around with the numbers too much because everything is being recorded properly through every organization and every organizer, next year you have a tournament like this, you charge $2,000 per team. Every team plays. Everybody plays. They have a great time. Everybody had a chance to win. The event becomes a prestigious event just like that because it goes from a tournament that makes, anywhere between $1,000 to $4,000 for first place to now being a tournament that makes $10,000 to $20,000 for first place, right? So now what happens? Because the event that has $10,000 to $20,000 for first place, you went from having 16 teams to now 64 teams wanting to play, right? You have a singles event that goes from 32 players to now 128 players trying to play, right? So the process of the fair system is crucial to the growth of the game because all we ever really want is outside of the sandbaggers just want an edge. They're never going to be champions of their own. They're going to be champions because of the sandbagging. They're not going to be champions because they grew to be the best players. Hang on a second. 32-point spot. So we'll put that up for them right now. So what I'm trying to get at is like, if we all support a healthy system that makes it a fair system in our community, because we can't change the world immediately. We know that. Everybody knows that. I mean, everybody wants to do something, but the progress of what you're trying to do and how it happens takes forever. It's not easy, right? But if everybody just tries a little bit, just a little bit, you slowly make a difference. That's the process that we're going through right now through the entire North America continent, trying to figure out this handicap system with BCA, VNEA, APA, CPA, ACS, CCS, like so many different organizations. They're all trying to find a way to make it happen. Some of them are not, right? Some of them like, you know what, whatever, who cares? We've been doing this for 20 years. Let's just keep it going, right? Others are like, no, we need to change this. Like, we want more. We want to be more established. We want people to know that they can trust us, that we look out for the best of the game. So everybody's got their own perspectives, and that's just individual to whoever they are. But we have to do our part too. And like one of the things that I'm trying to say here for you guys is try to understand that like there's going to be adjustments. You know, you might have been a sandbagger for years. You might have got away with it for a long time, right? Maybe you cashed in all these years because of it. And now you're facing the reality that these guys are saying, you know what? Sorry, and I keep saying Johnny, I just bring up the name. Sorry, Johnny, you're just too good, man. We have to move you up to the next division. Johnny's like, oh, well, I quit pool. I'm not playing no more. I'm only playing tournaments where I can sandbag. That's it. I quit playing pool. Guess what? Johnny's now losing his connection with pool. He's no longer as focused as he was trying to get out there and practice and play in tournaments anymore because he knows that when he goes out to play, it's messing with his numbers. So now, like, he's trying to protect that because that's the only thing he's got to hold on to. He's been a sandbagger for 10 years, right? So, like, how does he make money in a system that he doesn't understand or trust, right? The only thing he knows is that as long as he's got an edge, he's got a chance. That's what he knows. That's the culture. That's the wrong culture, but that's the culture and the mentality that's been brought up over the last whatever years, right? Ever since the handicaps came in. I came in from an era when there was no handicaps. So when I played, you just had to play your best. And you just got your ass kicked. That's all there was, man. But when you got your ass kicked, you always learned why. When you had a handicap system in place, you never understood because you were supposed to lose. You weren't supposed to win. And if you won, it was only because you had the handicap. So you didn't even learn, right? So the system itself, like, it was good to thrive, to grow pool in different ways, but it kind of took away from what we were trying to do as pool fans in the beginning, which was to grow the game into a level that we see it. We want it to be recognized as an Olympic sport, as something that's like as a very big important thing in our lives because it is important to us, right? So we have to find a way to work with the system to be able to adapt to the system and understand that it's a process. Whenever you go through a process, it's not going to be easy. It's never going to be clear. There's always going to be things going on, and there's a lot of misunderstandings because like you're trying to figure out what exactly is going on. I'm going to tell you something that you don't understand. The future is bright, okay? If people just keep doing things like they're doing, the organizations keep trying to change things for the right reasons to make things fair for everyone, all divisions will eventually become fair. You're still going to have handicap systems, okay? There's still going to be people that play 16. Okay. They changed the player? Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. There's a mic. All right. So, yeah. So there was a bit of an adjustment there. The 16-point handicap between them. They're about to get started. Okay. So we're gonna get this up here. Oops, wrong one. Woohoo! Too soon. Too soon, Rod. Too soon. I'm already there, man. Woo! I'm already there, man. I'm trying to get there. All right. So this is at semifinals. I'm talking, so I'm just gonna start the clock because I'm probably gonna end up pausing the clock at some time. So we'll just get it going. So going back to this as we get into this match, because once we get into this match, I'm going to just focus on the match. The system is something that we don't understand yet, but I'm telling you guys right now, it's a process. It's growing pains. If we keep doing what we're doing, organizations keep doing what we're doing, and the players do their part by understanding that you're going to get bumped up, you're going to get moved to a different spot, man. You're going to go into a higher division, man. Don't worry, it's not a bad thing. You're not gonna like. It's not gonna be the opposite because in your minds you've been used to sandbagging and to like getting the edge. So when they say they're gonna move you up, you're thinking to yourself like, so I'm gonna go from like having this opportunity to not having. This camera got bumped again. Give me a second. It's not supposed to be doing this, but they keep running into the camera, so it keeps messing up my camera. And look, they moved this so bad that it's like off angle. I gotta go fix this now. I'm sorry, guys, and I'm gonna have to deal with you guys watching it. I'm so sorry about this. All right. Hopefully, there's no more interruptions with that camera or that tripod. I apologize, guys. I try to make sure that everything is good, and when it doesn't go right, it affects me. It affects me mentally and my heart because I try to be professional at the work that I do, and if anything ever goes wrong with the streams, like I feel like I let everybody down, even if it's out of my hands. Today we started off with the mixer issues, the software issues, the crashing, and now the camera work and everything like that. So normally I would just go and everything will be straight. And things like this that happen are the reason why I don't get opportunities out there because like it's unforeseen things, right? And unfortunately, when organizers see these streams, they look at it and say, "Well, this guy is not very good," but they don't see everything else, like how much I love pool and what I'm trying to do with it, right? So it is what it is, man. I apologize to you guys though, because I know you guys like watching the streams and you enjoy all that stuff. So that was a 10-3 win. So one. It's 19. All right, so 19-10 is the score, and we got the table going on table 2. I feel like I woke up today and this is how I'm feeling. With a little bit of this too. I just don't know what's going on anymore, man. So I gotta get into a groove. Okay, let's find something that'll get me into a jive. All right, wake up, Rod. Time to get going here. We're in the A-side semifinals, a showdown between Ebb and Flow and Literal Descendants. And quickly, let's get this up here. I'm gonna reset. In my mind, I'm just starting fresh right now. Okay, the last hour of the day or whatever hour and a half that happened, it never existed. Okay, somewhere in time that just disappeared. It doesn't matter. Except for my conversation about the system, because I'm gonna get back to that. I'm really gonna get back to that. I think it's so important that we talk about it because a lot of people kind of brought this to my attention throughout this weekend, and concerns and just trying to understand more about what exactly is going on with our systems out here and how things are gonna get better or not. So that's my job. My job is to make people understand what's going on and why and all that, right? I mean, it's not really my job, but in my mind, that's my job. So. We're going to talk more about it. Let Terry take a shot here on table 1. All right. So here's the matchup. It's Ebb and Flow against Literal Descendants. On Ebb and Flow, we have Terry Bolio, Leon Houle Sr., John North, and Erica Flett. On Literal Descendants, we have Errol Cameron, we have Emery Cameron, Joey Bolio, and the female player, the master, I would say, is Elise Cameron. Terry Bolio right now from Ebb and Flow on table number 1. He's the master on their team. His son Joey Bolio is the opposition right now. So like it's interesting, father and son. You know, before they even got started, you know, his dad gave him a hug and all that. Both of them are competitive players for sure. But Joey being younger, he's a little bit hungrier, and the wins and the losses mean a little bit more to him. So his dad, I think, kind of more or less gave him a hug there to say, listen, kid, there's a good chance you're not going to want to hug me later, so let's just get this out of the way now. And I think that's a good thing, man, because I mean that means that there's going to be a fighting spirit going on this table, man. Mr. John North on table 2 from Ebb and Flow trying to work his magic on the 8 ball, and he's going to make it. Nice little finish, John. That makes it 29. And Noah's at 10-3. Okay, so we'll put that up there first, 29-13. So a good battle to get started already. We're still keeping it nice and tight. A 16-point difference is kind of playing a part in this match at the moment, but it's really not making much of a difference because they're pretty close still. Looks like Errol Cameron to the table now. He would be the master on Literal Descendants. I'm gonna go check the comments. They're probably not very good though, because it's been a really choppy start today. It's been so bad that I actually want to stop the stream after this match and just start a new one and then erase this one. The only reason I won't do it is because Facebook's gonna erase it for me anyway, so it doesn't matter. And sometimes like showing your weak side of things when things don't go right, I don't know, sometimes it's just good. It shows that we're not perfect, right? That sometimes like no matter how much you try to do the best you can, just the odds are just fighting you. That's what happened to me today. So like I don't know. The odds are against me, but you know, they've been against me for a couple of weeks now with my health too, and I'm still here. I'll probably still be doing this by next week, hopefully. Big smash on table 2 from Earl. Weird spot to be in, but he's got a couple of small options available. And I really mean like really, really small. I think he's only got the 2 ball available. I don't think he can do anything with the stripes. So. I'm not sure if he went second ball or front ball. This to me, it looks like a second ball break, the pattern, because that's the reason I don't like the second ball. Is because the patterns are so random and you never know how they're going to cluster up. It looks like it's a second ball break, but I don't know. I'll have to look at it later, I guess. Big shot here on table number 1 right now. Oh, and he nails it, man. What a shot. That was fire, baby. That was fire, man. What a shot. Table 1 on the left. Wow. Unbelievable, man. It's that reason why I don't mind when things go wrong on the stream at the beginning, right? Like if I make a little error or any sort, and yeah, he clipped that too. That's all he had was a 2 ball and he made it. But he got into a bad spot on table 2. Whenever like I start a stream, if everything goes perfect and I make no mistakes, it usually leads to a really dull day of pool. Like one-sided matches, one player just didn't wake up for the match, the other player's just playing too confident. People watching like, oh, this is boring. This guy's getting killed, right? So like usually it's not very good when that happens. But every now and then, like not through a fault of my own, I miss something or the system does something or something goes on, like something weird. And usually those days are the craziest days of pool for me. That's when I see like the absolute best pool of my life, man. The craziest shots, the craziest competition, the closest battles, like everything just happens on those days. Today has been the worst start that I've ever had in a long time. Woo, you guys are in for a treat, man. I'm telling you right now, you're in for a treat. It's going to be fun, man. There's going to be lots of battles, lots of stuff going on. If you got a cat or a dog, watch out. Gunshots coming. I try to give you a warning. It's going to be a battle all day long, though, man. It's going to be fun. I promise you. The fact that I had a rough start today is only a good thing for every one of you guys, man. So enjoy the stream, enjoy the matches. It's going to be exciting, man. Terry Buller with the 8 left here on this table, trying to get this big win for his team. They started off with a 16-point spot, so him getting a big win here with a 10-0 is huge. That makes it a 26-game spot. Oh, and he makes a beauty cut, man. Wow. He's on fire, man. He's on fire. Let's give him some flames. He's on fire, this man. Whew. I don't know what that was, but that was beauty. 10-0. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Tough shot, man. Not if you're Terry Boyle, though. Nice finish, man. And we continue this battle. I got to mark it down, though. 39-13, and now there's a little bit of separation. "12 minutes into the match, into the Dayside semifinal, and it looks like it's getting one-sided, but it's not, I promise you. Both teams very capable of running tables out. Both teams able to get this match right close again. It's all about the opportunities at hand and the decisions that the players make. We're going to go through those decisions as they're going through the matches. I'm going to help you guys try to understand what's going on the table. And a lot of you guys are probably advanced level players, so you already know what's going on the table, right? But there's a lot of people that tune in that watch that are still learning, people that are just getting reacquainted with the game again, people that are just coming back into the game again. They haven't played in many years. So, like, you know, maybe you need to know more about the rules. Maybe you don't know enough about pattern. What a shot from Earl on table 2. Nice little shot, man. I'm trying not to do highlights, but these guys are swinging at me with highlights right now. What can I do? I gotta take them, man. I'm not gonna reject those. Action is on, baby. The action is on, and I'm loving every minute of it, man. That was huge. He had a gross table. Like this table on table 2 right now is an example of why he's a master, why he plays so good, and why he's such a great competitor. He might have got out of position here, but he's still gonna figure this out. Just a really, really good player, man. And honestly, like last year, like when I helped these guys out, it wasn't really me that was doing everything. It was a team effort, man. And these guys, like every time that I came up short, they came in and ran out tables like crazy. And Earl was one of the most creative players on the table. His son Emery was like crazy last year too. He was just zeroed in, man. They knew that they had a chance to win it all, and they've always come up in second place every year until last year. So for them having that chance, they wanted to capitalize. You can see that fire is here right now. They're trying to do the same thing, even with the odds stacked against them with a 16-point start handicap for their opponents. They're still trying to fight back. This is the shot right now. A little punch draw to get back behind the 4. Needs to get towards that 9 ball as good as he can. So we got to understand what he's looking at here, because like we may not see it. So the ball is going to go into this pocket, right? This is the connection from the ball to the cue ball. He needs to get to that ball. So what he needs to do is make that ball to get this ball to come here so he can get onto that 4. It's a punch draw shot, but he's off angle. Very challenging. The only other thing he can do is push it through with a little bit of inside spin. But because he has that 10 ball right next to it, there's a chance that the cue ball might go off that 10 and change the angle. Okay, so he looked at it a different way. I love this because he figured out a different way. I never even considered about just drawing back here for that, but that was a good shot right there. And that goes to show you he's focused, right? If he's taking his time, you're usually in trouble. He took his time, worked it out, got to the finish. He's on the 8. Big rack right here right now. Yeah, huge rack right there right now. Huge. 10-1. Huge. Absolutely huge. He doesn't figure that table out. He turns the table over. Now they're in trouble. He found a way out. And I was looking at the complicated way, but I'm a stroke player, right? And I know he's a stroke player too. Don't no insults to Earl. He's a good friend and a teammate, ex-teammate. But I'm a stroke player, right? And I truly rely on my stroke. I know my spins. I know everything like that. So in that situation there, I would have just punched on because to me it would have been the easiest way to get out. But if I was at the table in a match like he was, there's a 90% chance that I would have still walked around to look at the option. I probably would have seen what he's seen. I would have gone the same way as him because that was the simplest way to go out, right? It just required a little bit of a stroke shot, but not too much. And the position wasn't too extreme, but it was like the perfect window to get on it perfectly. Great execution by Earl. A really nice way to get out. Good job, man. But it was this one ball that he made that happen. Look at the shot right by the side pocket. Unbelievable, man. Without that shot, he goes nowhere. It was all about that shot. That's definitely at the moment the running for the highlight of the day. It's not even a crazy shot, but you've seen how tight it was. There was barely any room. He had to get past that side pocket, which usually the horn always clips the ball, right? It usually pushes it out. It didn't push it out for John, though. He's just scratching the side pocket. And this is interesting because that's telling me that the pool gods are in the house. They want to make this a battle that goes to the last rack. And I'm telling you guys, this is going to be an amazing match. Both teams have my heart. They're good friends and family, and I played with them on teams, so like I know them well personally. I don't have favorites. I wish I could choose a favorite here, but I just can't. Because I try to be neutral, man. I just love pool. Pool first, everything else after. No politics, right? Remember that. No politics, man. If you're supporting somebody because they're telling you that you're supposed to because it's politics, you're not doing a good thing, man. You're only supporting their cause. You're not supporting pool. Okay. And it's okay to support everybody, right? That's the way it's supposed to be. Like, I'm not telling you don't go out there and support people. I'm telling you the opposite. I'm telling you to go out there and support everyone. Pool has to grow through us. Everybody out there trying to do something for it, but it won't change until we do something about it. So it's us, the players, that have to step into the plate, and we have to swing that bat like everybody else, man. Swing for the team, swing for the game, change the game in the best way we can. I'm getting a few messages from people too, and I'm sorry. Like I wanna interact with everybody like that. I want to go to the chat too, but like I had a rough start, so I wanna do my best job today. This is championship day, and I'm gonna interact with you guys. I'm gonna get back to you guys. But if you're messaging me personally on my phone or through Facebook, just know like I'm gonna get to you when I can. I'm not trying to ignore you. It's just that this is important to me. This is my life. This is who I am, and I love being here. So right now, I'm in the zone. I'm in my moment, and I hope you guys enjoy it because it's gonna be fun. All right, so we're down to the next two tables. I got to confirm that the scores are what they are because I missed the table on the left. So I know that I missed something there already. A second. 43 to 33. Ten points apart. So now the handicap is gone, right? Now this is the official battle. Earl finishing that table on the last rack absolutely stopped everything. That's what made the match even. Him running that table out, and it was a master run out. It really was. I'm gonna go back and watch it later. Like once the stream is done, later on when I get home tomorrow, whatever, I'm gonna take a look at it. And I'm telling you, like I don't know exactly how he worked it out because the break was nasty. If you go back, if you can rewind it on your phone. I give you that option to be able to go back and rewind it, both on YouTube and on Facebook. But you have to go back and watch that table because if you look at the very beginning from the break, he only had one shot. I said to him, well, he's got some options, very limited. I said he's actually limited only to the two ball. He only made the two ball from there. He ran that table out, and it was a nasty table. I'm telling you, like that table was hopeless. He turned it into a beauty, and he finished it like a champ. That was a beautiful finish. Speaking of a nice little champ there, that was a nice shot from Elise Cameron on table two. The runner up in the open or in the women's division this year. Fought like a true champion though. Like she went through the B set and battled and battled and battled. She got a couple of breaks along the way though, but a couple of players that missed an 8 ball at crucial point. So like when you're gonna win and you're gonna do good, you're gonna need some of that stuff like good rolls or a little bit of luck. It's just part of the game and something that a lot of times people don't have an easy time understanding. But yeah, so she went with the punches. She rolled with the punches. When she got her chances, she capitalized, made herself all the way into the championship match, won the first set, got into the second set, fell apart in the second set because her opponent picked up her game, and then she got chances to get in. But she was already like unsettled, and it was already a long night of battling. It took a lot on her, I know, because I could see it. I recognize I've been there myself. But she went through, she battled it, she tried to do her best. She ended up coming up second. No shame on that. And today she's here as a team player and trying to do her best and different mentality. So we're going to see a lot of sparks from her at the table as well, who's currently at table two. Her brother Emery Cameron right now is at table one, and he, like I said earlier, he was on point last year. When we got to this level of the match or the tournament, he was one of the guys that was delivering big shots, big finishes, big runouts, big breaks. He's like his dad. He's built like his dad. He's meant to be a winner, and so he plays like one. Right now, he's got a chance to make a difference for his team, but he's got to get that 7 ball out of the way, or he's got to find a way to get onto that 8 ball. Oh, and he lost the cue ball, man. No, he played that perfect. So I don't know, like I guess he had to go into that 7 ball, but he was trying to just get up table for that 8 ball to the side, and that's going to be a costly one because that one right there puts a match even, right? Now there's a chance that the team can get ahead again. So Evan Flo at the table through Erica Flett. She'll have a ball in hand to get going with the solids. A bit of a puzzle, but not really. The 6 ball is the first thing you got to take care of, or the 3 or the 5. So she's looking at all 3 of those options right now. The 6 ball, I don't like where it is because it's close to the 8 ball, and the 1 ball's right near it. So you have to kind of do a lot of good queuing. But because the 3 and the 5 are there, they're like a supporting cast. It gives you a lot of different options to set up different angles. She should be okay here. The only thing you got to watch out for is just not to get out of position or get an angle that you don't want, because then that's when you're going to have to create something different. And that's when the game changes, right? Right now, she's doing a good job at the table, though, working it out. We got both of the ladies playing on the table, one from each team. Oh, she's gonna come up short. That was a bit of a problem, and I gotta say something here too, because like Erica is just playing the first match today. She's a good player. Okay, she just hasn't had a chance to really get going yet. but she's gonna have a chance. I mean, this is an A side match, so no matter what happens, they're still gonna have a B side. She'll still have a chance to be able to work things out and redeem herself. But she wants to get going, right? So right now, like this is the ebbs and flows, as you would say. Speaking of ebb and flow, these are the ebbs and flow of the game, where you like try to get into a rhythm, try to find momentum, try to get going. It's never easy in the first match. You need to have a little bit of extra put on you, and like right now, like her coming up short on this table is gonna wake her up a little bit, especially if Emery ends up making this eight ball, because this eight ball is not easy, but it's makeable, right? And he doesn't have to worry about scratching, so that means that he can just focus on the shot. High percentage is going to make it. I'm going to put him in at like a 97%. I'm making it, and only a 3% margin of error, which would be mainly based on body movement. Because it's the last ball, there's no body movement, and there's no scratch, so there's no body movement necessity. Oh, and there's that 3%. He did pop up though, and I'm not sure why, because he didn't have to worry about scratching. He just had to make the shot. But I think he was just trying to control that cue ball a little bit too much. That's something that they teach you like when you get into a higher level of pool. A lot of people like when you play eight ball, you shoot seven balls the same way, right? Like you set up from one shot to the next, thinking about what you're gonna do for the next one, and then proceed to the next one, thinking about what you're gonna do the next one, right? So that's the way that we normally play. But then a lot of people, when they get to the eight ball, they stop that process, right? Because it's the last ball, right? So you go from playing a certain way, like making sure you get shape, making sure you get set up for the next ball, and all that, doing the proper routines to get into the eight ball, and then just shutting that all down and just trying to make the shot. Okay. The problem with that is that you've taken away the element of success, which is the routine, right? You went and did a routine for 7 shots in a row, but on the last shot, you decided that the routine wasn't necessary anymore because you just had to make a shot. You're wrong. This is the reason why you're missing the shots on the eight ball, okay, guys? You have to find a spot with that cue ball when you shoot that last ball. You're playing position to a ghost ball, okay? There's no need for a ball to be on the table. You just pick a spot where you want the cue ball to go after you make the eight ball. You play the shot in the eight ball as if you're getting onto another ball, even though the other ball is not there. If you do that, I promise you're going to miss a lot less eight balls than you have already, because that's the reason why people miss. You do something specifically all the way through to the end. At the end, you change it. You're not going to get the same results. It's a different feel, right? Some people just find a way to play that way all their lives, and some of them actually have a lot of success because of it. But if you're one of those players that's missing eight balls and you don't understand why, that is the reason why. It's because you play the shots a certain way all the way through till you get to the eight ball. And at the eight ball, it's not like you're giving up, but you are. You're giving up on the process. You change the process. So now you're in unfamiliar territory, which is allowing for nerves to come in, pressure to come in, background thoughts, and body movement. You don't want any of that stuff. So when you pick a spot when you're on the eight ball for the cue ball to go to, even if it's just off the top rail back down to the middle of the table, or from 2 rails like they do in 9 ball to get to the center, it doesn't matter. You pick your spot, you play that eight ball with the shape in mind to get there, but you focus on the shot, not the shape. The shape, the only reason you play the shape in your mind is so that way you play through on the shot like you played the other 7 shots. Now you have 8 complete shots that you're playing, and you're not playing 75% of your game. You're playing 90 to 100% of your game. And she's feeling it, man. But look at this, another lucky roll. Hasn't been able to settle in yet, and a huge roll there. We'll see if Emery can make the shot on table 1, but it's a tough cut. And if he doesn't win this game, this is going to rub him mentally a little bit too, because he had the shot in the 8 ball. It was an easier shot than he's been facing so far with the 8 ball, and ever since he hasn't really had an opportunity to close out again. So like this is all like things that players feel mentally when you're at the table, and this is what affects your game in competition, right? The key is to not let it affect your game in competition. The key is to try to find a way to always reset. That's the secret to success. You can't do it without the experience. So having these moments like this are crucial to the growth. They're absolutely crucial to the growth. And he's going through his moment, right? He's a great player. There's a little bit of stuff that he comes up short on. These are the lessons that he's got to learn. The pool guys put this lesson in there for him. He's going to try to learn from it. If he makes this big shot, he'll forget about it. If he doesn't, he'll learn from it. But this is a huge shot. Terry's going to win that one with a 10-5 score. Oh, the crossover, man, it was there. It was so there. But then it crossed over and it robbed him. So like he's still kind of like he's not happy about the way this table's going right now. But he understands that his opponent is not doing very good right now. They're also struggling. So like he's kind of comfortable. Not a good thing, but you know, it gives him a little bit of insurance anyway. And she's got a little bit of insurance here too because the 8 ball's tied up. We'll see if she goes for the shot or a save. She went for the shot. Kind of a two-way, you know. It wasn't bad. Still trying to settle in, like I said. Takes some time. We've got Mr. Leon Hull Sr. now on table number 2 from Ebb and Flow. They're breaking round, so he'll get going on that one. They have the junior tournament going on right now, too. There's a couple of items that are brought here to give away for the juniors. I brought them a nice little Duffer and Q. I got them some, you know how they have those little, how do you call them? They're like a moose head bridge thing that you can attach to your cue, so you have your own bridge, a portable one. I got a couple of those for them to give away. I got some chalk holders, some jam up shirts, all for the juniors. I've always wanted to do it, but it's always been something that just hasn't been able to get accomplished. I'm so glad that I was able to do it this year for them. The whole goal is to inspire people to become players, right? To change the world through their game and to inspire them to become champions within. So like these little things, I hope it makes a difference for these kids, and I hope it inspires them to become great players because I know there's a lot of potential here in Swan Lake. Give me a second, I gotta mute the mic. Sorry about that. It was a bit of a ruling situation, so I had to figure it out. Oh, he's so lucky he got that finish on that table. She gave him a lot of good opportunities to get out, but he couldn't find it, and he finally got a chance there. If he lost, I honestly, like, I don't really want to root against people, but I felt like that was a rack that, like, that Emery should have lost because he needed to learn a lesson there. And I'm not sure if he got that lesson or not. That was a 10-6. But he should have got a lesson out of that. Hopefully he learned something from there. Maybe I'll watch the stream later. A lot of times, like, when it comes to men or boys, they're very stubborn. Like I try to teach people all the time. Okay, when I come to like a male player to teach them, I sit there and listen to exactly everything they've done wrong all their life, and every time I try to teach them, when I try to teach them, they're telling me how they do it. Okay, men are stubborn. The reason why we got through the 80s the way we got and the 90s the way we got is because men are stubborn. They didn't want to take directions. They just try to figure things out on their own. It's the way of life for men. I don't know why we're so stupid like that, but we are. So when it comes to pool, it's no different. Like people just don't, like men don't want to take advice. They just don't want to take advice, right? They want to figure it out on their own. It's a sense of pride maybe. Like if I show you how to be better, like now it's not because of you, it's because of me. And so pride is always on the line. I think that's what men have a problem with is pride. I think it's wrong, right? But so the example I'm trying to get at is that when I teach a female player and I say, listen, I'm going to help you with the game, I'm going to teach you some things, eyes wide open, listening to everything, paying attention to it all. They go to the table, they work on it, they learn. They understand that it's a great opportunity for them to learn. And even though they may not feel like they need it, they understand it's a great opportunity to learn. So they take advantage of it, they embrace the knowledge, and they grow, right? It's the process that it's supposed to be for everyone. But when you teach a boy or a man, they don't listen, right? And even if they are listening, they're not really listening. They're listening to you like, ah, yeah, okay, whatever, guys, just get out of my face, man. I want to shoot, right? So it's like that. I can't believe Earl just missed that one ball after making that crazy one ball on the last rack. He's going to think about that one too. So when it comes to people watching the stream, it's the same effect. Like, you might go back, like a man might go back to watch the stream because they had a run out. They're not going back to watch the stream to see if they can learn anything from the commentator, because to them, they're the player. They know what they're doing. They don't need to learn from anybody else. And if there's anything on advice that you give them, they're likely going to listen to it, but they're not going to hear it. They're just going to listen to it. So there's a good chance that everything that I said about what's going on his table, or about his game, what he needs to work on, all that kind of stuff, he's just going to throw out the door, man. Right? And I'm okay with that, because I'm still just trying to share that knowledge with them, that hopefully the one time that the player decides not to be stubborn, they're going to listen, it's going to change the game for the best. That's the goal, right? But I know the odds are against me, man. It's like trying to give life advice to a man. You're never going to do it. You know, the only times a man's going to listen to life advice is when they have no choice. And that's usually because the doctor's telling you you're going to die, you got to do this. Other than that, even then, like, I've been hospitalized dealing with people that were dying around me, like literally cancer patients and stuff like that. And I can hear them, like, doctors are saying, like, hey, you need to do this, man. And the patient's like, you know what, get the hell out of my face, right? Like, I don't need your advice. But yet you're there because you have to be there, because they're the only ones that can help you. Men are just stubborn. It's the way we are. I take no disrespect or insult to anybody that doesn't see the advice that I give them as something good. It's okay, man. I understand. You know, I'm not going to take credit for your game. If you become good because of the stuff that I teach you, I'm not going to take credit for your game. I do take credit with the female players, because a lot of people look at women and say they're not that good at players. They play too slow. They're not as good as men. So when I go out there and I teach them and they play as good, and everybody's like, oh my God, look at the way that girl's playing, man. I always make sure that I let people know, like, yes, I was there. I helped. I touched their soul a little bit with my knowledge, and that helped them become the champion within. And the reason I do that is because I want other people that go out there, whenever I meet them, to understand that I'm helping you, right? I have a list of at least 10 ladies that I know in my life so far and over the last 5 years that I've taught. And these are like 5 of them in Winnipeg, 5 of them that I taught on the road when I went out to events, okay? All 5 of them that I taught on the road of the events have all become champions within that year that I taught them, okay? And guess what? I didn't have to sit there and spend hours with them. I looked at the game. I knew exactly what they needed to work on, because I'm an advanced level player, even though it doesn't look like it all the time. But when you watch me play my best, there's nobody that can beat me. I don't care who you are. You just can't beat me. When I teach these things, when I adjust people's games in the right way, guess what? You're not wasting your time no more. You're going in the right direction. You see the results time and time again with every single player that I touched. All the female players that I taught, they've all become better players. The ones that have not become better players is because of they're not wanting to put the time in to learn, or because they are a little bit like men, where they just don't want to listen really well. They want to help, but they don't really want to listen, right? Some things don't make sense, so instead of trying to understand it, they just say, yeah, you know what, I'm just going to skip that, right? So like the whole purpose of teaching you is it's been defeated, right? You're not learning from it. But just understand that if I'm out there, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to do the best for you. I'm trying to help you out. I don't need the credit. The only credit I really need is to see you succeed. To me, that's the difference. If you're a male player out there and you need the help, you want to change your game, don't be afraid, man. You want to do what you love. You want to win. Why hold yourself back? You got somebody here that loves pool that wants to help you. Let me know how I can help you. If you come to me for help, and I know you're a legitimate person that loves pool and you have my heart, man, I'll support you. I probably won't even charge you for it. But if you go outside of the way just to ask me for lessons, I'm going to charge you for it, because, you know, it's not, the knowledge I'm giving you is changing your game forever. You're never going to have another lesson like that again. You're probably not going to need many lessons after that either, because you're going to have a full understanding of the game. So like if you go to a tournament and play every week for $40 a week and you're losing every week for like years, right? That's thousands of dollars you're losing every week and not learning anything. If you come to me and you pay me $40 for an hour of pool, which I don't, I usually charge about $20 to $25 an hour, really cheap, man. You're gonna spend what, like maybe $200 on a few lessons with me, and then that $200 becomes $1,000 because you're winning, becomes $2,000 because you keep winning, it becomes $10,000 because now you're playing at a higher level, it becomes $20,000 because now you're a pro. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm gonna get you there, but I'm gonna show you the light. I'm gonna help you find the way. I'm here to help. Let me know how I can help you. Probably everybody's saying like, well, you could help by keeping track of the scores, guy. You're right. Give me a second. 59 to 48. Hey, I'm on the ball. Oh, not really, but I am. I'm doing good, man. And I'm not really funny, but I paid these people like $10 an hour to laugh for me for this sound effect. So I got to get my money's worth. And Mr. Terry Bolio with a 10-5 win. The master doing masterful things, man. Against the sun, too, so that's a tough one. 10-5. 69-53 is the score as we continue into the A-side semifinal. Mr. Earl Cameron had a bit of a miss on the 1 ball earlier, but he's on the 8 ball right now with a chance to make a difference for his team. A big win here with a 10-2. He's going to make it. That puts Evan Flo at 71. And Literal Descendants at 63. We have an 8-point difference in this matchup, and we're starting to get into that third round. This is the momentum. This is where everything happens. The whole battle, man. Let's get into this gunfight, or this battle, as I say. When I say battle, if you got a cat or a dog, just be warned. It's going to be loud. Okay. I try to make the settings. So that's, you know how they have like safe words for like naughty people? The safe word when I'm streaming is battle. Watch out for your pet. We addressed the people walking into the camera too, so likely like the camera was just disconnecting. It was all sorts of bad stuff, but everybody's on the same page, so we're good. I do have to I feel like I have to fix this camera on the left, but I can't do much about it right now. So when I get a chance in between, I'm gonna try to do that. All right. It's gonna be rough though. You guys are gonna see the chopping, you know, like moving around, all that stuff. But just know, like I'm just trying to give you guys the best that I can. Chats. Let's see chats. Nothing on YouTube. The guys are still waking up on YouTube, man. They don't usually get going until like around 2, so we'll see. But you know, Facebook never lets me down. They always get going. They always talk all the time, man. All right, so let's see. Ryan Spence says on Facebook, they should have rescheduled this tourney. Lots of players at the Rice Cup this weekend. Well, it's the other way around, Ryan. The Rice Cup is just a fresh tournament. This one's a 10th annual. And this one's been every year at the same time. So I think you're a little bit off on that one. I understand what you're saying, but that's up to Marvin organizing the tournament and him crossing over when he didn't have to. So like, it is what it is. And unfortunately, this is what I was talking about yesterday when people do this kind of stuff, because now like you could have had 2 weekends of great pool, right? Instead, you got 1 weekend where people are split up and like teams that usually play together can't play together because they want to play one or the other. Great separation is not a good thing, right? I know that I was guilty of that kind of stuff a little while when I was at the beginning doing tournaments too, because like I don't really like I'm not looking at people's schedules, what they got set up on their date, because I don't really care. Like I live my life, I got kids, I got work, I'm busy. So when I have tournaments, it's because it's the only time I can have a tournament. And this year's been a little bit slower, but you guys know me for the last few years, man. When I'm going, like I don't have time to breathe sometimes. I'm just so busy. So like when I was doing my tournaments at the beginning, I was strictly going by my schedule, and that's all it was. I didn't care about anything else. But one event came up where it crossed over, and I understood that there was a problem there, like it was a crossover. So then, like, what I try to do, and that's where, like, everybody has to work together, man, is that I realized that, okay, if you're having an open tournament, then I'm going to have something that's, like, for lower level players, right? If you have a team event, then I'll have, like, a Scotch doubles or something that doesn't interfere with your format. Because now, like, everybody has a chance to be able to play in what they want. It accommodates all the pool, and now the game is growing. When you try to cross over events and you try to fight for the same dates because, you know, that you just have to do it because whatever reason it is, you create separation. It's not good for anybody. And all that is just like your own personal perspective of what you're trying to accomplish in life. To me, I'm not like that. So to me, like when they call me, I just go out to work. If this was my event, like I had to schedule my event that was a crossover, I would have tried to figure that out. But it's not my event. I'm just here to work like I usually do because I love this event. So that kind of stuff is all like dependent on the people that are doing this stuff. You don't have to force your event on the same weekend as other people. And it is what it is. The Rice Cup has always been a good competitive event since the beginning, right? And I know that Marvin's done a good job at trying to make it successful, and he puts a lot of work into it. So like I'm not trying to rob him from all the efforts. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not trying to say he's a bad guy in any way either. I spoke about this yesterday. I said like the one thing that we can do is create separation. Fighting against each other, hating on each other, ringing on each other's neck because of whatever you're trying to do through your passion of pool, that's not the way to grow the game. The best way to grow the game is for us to understand each other, to make a difference, to make things better, right? So like this is the process. Your opinion is important. You're a player. You participate. You see what's going on. And you're right. Like you know, they do cross over, right? But like when it comes to things like organizing events, like I know like he's trying to do the streaming and he's been trying to be like the competition against me forever. I've never seen him as competition and I've never seen anybody as competition in my life. And the reason why is because I'm not doing it for myself, right? Like I have no interest on like what I look like stature wise or how much money I make or how famous I get through what I do. I just love pool. And when it comes to the work that I do, I put everything on the line. I try my hardest with all my heart and soul. I dedicate every hour that I have to become the best that I can be at what I do because I love it, right? Not because I want to do anything for myself. I mean, in the end, like what these streams get erased after 30 days. Everything, all the efforts that I put in, all those hours of not sleeping, all the graphic work that I do, all the talking that I do, the no sleep and everything that I do, it all just disappears after 30 days. So the impact is really so minimal compared to everything else. People don't understand that, like, yes, pool is competitive, but sometimes you just have to understand that some people were born for something and other people were born for other. And then when you let people be strong at what they're at, everything gets better. When other people get to be strong at what they're at and not what they're not good at, then everything becomes better in that department too. So the job for us as organizers and promoters is to try to figure out who fits in where to make everything work perfectly, where the system is now supported by everyone and everybody around you is happy. There's no animosity, there's no negativity, there's no hate, there's no, like, I mean, you're going to find that anyway because pool is pool, but it's not at least affecting the game directly in the way that it has so far here in Manitoba and everywhere else in the world, right? I mean, you see, everybody knows about Matchroom and Predator, right? You guys remember last year? Like Matchroom was saying, well, if you play in our events, you can't play in WPA. WPA saying, if you play in that event, we're not going to do this. And like, well, now, so now you can't be on this organization because you're in that organization. And everybody's like, oh my God. So pool players, professional pool players are being affected by the same greed and the same animosity that I'm talking about right now. People were being torn apart, having to decide whether or not they were going to play for Organization A or Organization B. Events being set up on the same weekends, on the same months. People having to choose if I'm going to Vietnam or if I'm going to Puerto Rico. Right? I'm just giving examples. It absolutely destroyed the professional pool scene and made it look so unprofessional for the longest time ever. Okay, this is what we deal with every day because we're considered the low end of pool. We're considered the people that don't really matter, right? Because we're the small fish in the big pond, right? Technically that's what we are. We're the ones that we just play pool, but we have no there's no future for us. They look at it. We're just pool players. We're not guys that are going to become or women that are going to become professionals. But that's wrong because we all love the game, right? And maybe not everybody has the same passion as some of us do. But one thing I'll tell you is that anybody that picks up a cue and plays the game and keeps playing the game is because you love it. So you can't deny that there's passion there. You just may not understand how that passion is driven or what you can do with it, right? The only reason why I'm here doing this is because, you know, pool saved my life. If pool didn't save my life, what a shot on table one. Man, what a shot. Mr. Leon Houle Sr. with a massive shot. What a shot. If I didn't go through what I went through in life, I wouldn't be doing this right now because like the pool itself saved me. So like my mission is different than anybody else's in the world. I'm just trying to pay back to the one thing that saved my life when nothing else could have. So I'm passion driven. I'm life driven. I'm not here to try to destroy anything. I'm not here to try to like create separation. I'm not trying to here to like put people down or to take anything away from them. I want the game to grow. But my problem with other people is when they don't understand who I am and what I'm trying to do and why I'm trying to do it, and they try to shut me down behind my back. And those are the things that I try to fight here in Manitoba, right? Like a lot of people just don't understand. But I've shown you guys over the years, time and time again, like no matter what, I just love pool. It always comes first. You know, I'm here again, fighting for my life. Last week, I would put myself at risk because I wanted to support the family, the McLean family, and Wally McLean Memorial. To me, that was one of the most important things that I can do. And then every year, right? Since the first time they asked me to come in there, every year, that's all I ever wanted to do is make sure that I'm there to represent them. So I sacrificed my life to be there. This week, I went back to the hospital. I was in worse shape than I was when I got out of the hospital last week. I fought to get out again. Doctors didn't want to let me out. I'm here again. I just love pool. You know, the more that people understand that about me in life, the more you're going to understand where my passion comes from and why I'm so crazy about pool. Why I talk the way I talk, why I do things the way I do, and why I'm so crazy about it, right? There's nothing I would love more than to be like the average streamer out there that just turns on the mic, doesn't say anything, and just lets people tune in to watch and nothing's going on. That's easy, right? I don't do that, man. In my mind, Jeremy Jones is the guy that I want to aspire to become like. Somebody that teaches people about the game, that changes their way of life just through his knowledge and his skill. I don't shut up because I love the game and I'm trying to help you. I can go home and talk to my family all day long, man. They may not listen to me, but I have different ways to talk all day long. I can create a podcast. I can do whatever I want. Hell, I can just go live on air on my own phone and just talk to nobody for no reason all day long. So it's not about talking. And the way I do things is not about like me trying to be like, oh, this is Rod, the greatest. Like I don't care about that either. I am trying to be the greatest, but I'm not thinking like that. I'm just trying. And if it comes across like I'm good, that's awesome. If it comes across like I'm not, that just means I got to keep working hard to figure out how it is that I can help you guys understand what I'm trying to share with the world, my passion. But yeah, they shouldn't have ever crossed over, and it affects everybody around here, right? Like Johnny Baptiste didn't play last year. Johnny Baptiste didn't play this year. Him and his team have won back-to-back years in this event, and they abandoned this tournament 2 years in a row to play into the Rice Cup, right? So now, like that takes away from the expectation of, oh, Johnny's coming in next year. We're gonna play even harder. We're gonna play even harder because those guys are tough to beat. Well, they weren't here last year. They're not here this year. So now these teams are like, well, we don't have to worry about Johnny no more, right? Now that takes away from these guys wanting to get ready for next year. Maybe they don't even prepare like they did. So like it affects the game altogether. But we don't see those impacts because we just don't understand the ebbs and flow of the actions that we do and the things that we choose to create in our world. And I'm sorry that I'm talking about it, but I swear to God, I'm just so passionate about pool that I think it's important. I really think it's important because uh, we focus on everything, but we don't focus on the right things in pool. So that's why I look at it. Need more watch? Okay, give me 1 second. Gotta set this up here. So that's 10, 7, 7, 8. I gotta go watch a shot. Just a confirmation 78 to 73. That's what I have. 10 to 2 on that one. So I have 83 to 80 now. Uh, I hope that someday, me and Marvin can find a way to work together. I actually, one of the things that, and I don't really compliment people that, don't really like work with me because like, it's just, I don't know, it's weird, right? But I gotta say something, and I don't know how anybody's gonna take it. I really don't care how they take it, but I know that Marvin loves pool. Okay, I know Marvin's passionate about what he's trying to do, and even though like we haven't supported each other over the years because we had a misunderstanding, um, I've always paid attention to what he's done, and I know that he loves pool. Okay, I think he's a great guy, and honestly, if there was ever a way that him and I could ever work together, we'd probably do something great. But we got to figure that out, right? Let's go. Pittman says Jaden Hunt. John Hool says this tourney has been running for to change the dates a while. my Telly Rice Cup. Yeah, so that's what I was trying to say. This event's been going on for 10 years. So like you can't say like technically like these guys took away from the Rice Cup. It's the Rice Cup that's interfering with them, right? If anything, the Rice Cup is trying to not trying to, but the Rice Cup is affecting this event, right? When it didn't have to because this is a yearly event. And these guys have been doing it even pre-COVID, right? Where Rice Cup took some time off. So like it's not like the Rice Cup has been consistent. The only thing that changed is that last year he had this tournament at this date and it affected this tournament. This year he had it again at this date when he knew it was going to affect the tournament, right? So like he shouldn't have done that. But the problem for him was that he really wants to. And this is another thing: the Rice Cup was never in November. Okay, just let's get specific about this right now because I'm talking about it. The Rice Cup was never in November. Okay, the Rice Cup used to be in August, September, October. It was never in November. He chose to make it in November that one year. It affected this tournament. And he kept it in November. And this is the problem with November. We have the Andrew Thomas Memorial. Usually it's in the November 11th, right? It's been every year. That's not going to change, right? We have the Wally McLean Memorial, which now that's been established to the second week of November. That's never going to change, right? And we have the Swan Lake Annual, which happens every year at the same time, the third week in November. That's never going to change. So these are three events that are always going no matter what every year. The only thing that never happened until Marvin put it on there was the Rice Cup. And he didn't have to do that. He could have put it in November. At the end of November, he could have put it at December. He could have done it in October. He could have done it in January. He could have done it in a totally different month where there was nothing going on at all. But he wanted to put it in this month. And I don't understand why, because all it did was just cause a lot of extra stuff, and it just rips pool apart. Even though that's not his intention, or maybe it is, I don't know. I don't think it is because he's a good guy. Prior to him and I not seeing eye to eye, I respected Marvin completely. Okay? I thought he was just a great person altogether, man. When we didn't see eye to eye, that was personal. It's taken years for me to get over it. But I understand, like you have to forgive people. You have to move on. You have to find a way to keep going, because if not, it's just you get stagnant, and it's not good for anybody. So I moved on, right? I just said, okay, you do your thing, I do my thing, I just keep going, right? I'm not trying to go against him. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that at all. Okay, I love the fact that he's trying to do the things that he does. But as an organizer, you have to understand what's going on around you with the events. You have to try your best to be able to not interfere with other people and what they're trying to do, and you have to do your best to support the game in a positive way. That's the responsibility that we have as organizers or tournament directors to help the game grow in our community. Okay, if you live in a community and you see the same stuff with other people going on between, you don't want to get involved, but you want to try to make these guys aware about like what's going on and how they can make things better, because that's, once again, that's our job as pool players, to help people understand how things can be better for all of us, right? So that's talking about this is not a bad thing. But yes, just to be specific, he didn't have to do this in November. He chose to put it there. It created a big ripple into things. I hope that he eventually sees this, or somebody talks to him about it, and that hopefully next year he'll change the date to a different month. Because honestly, like, pool is falling apart. Everybody just wants to make money from pool players, and that's what all this is about here in Manitoba. Everybody's trying to make money from pool players. So this place needs to have people. If this place is not having people, then it's not successful. Pool should be supported by everyone, everywhere. When it comes to picking your favorite spot, I get it. You know, maybe you like going to Johnny's Pool Hall because Johnny's Pool Hall is the best. You know, Johnny always takes care of you, gives you discounts, you know, whatever. You feel like home. But, you know, like Bobby needs support too, right? Because if you don't support Bobby, now Bobby's going to go under, right? If Bobby doesn't get through and doesn't make it through his business, you are okay because you're your favorite spot. But, you know, Tom, Lisa, you know, whatever name, all those players that used to go to Bobby's place, they now don't have a place to go to. They lost a really important part of what they were as pool players. So when you choose not to support other locations because the other location's telling you, hey, don't support that guy, he's got enough money, or don't support that guy because all they want to do is just sell you booze, like, you're doing the wrong thing. Support everyone. I keep saying, support everyone. Support every pool hall. You know, maybe you haven't gone to that pool hall in so many years because you had a bad experience. Go in there again, man. Maybe things changed, right? Just let them know that you appreciate them being in a pool hall. You appreciate having an atmosphere where you can enjoy the game and share your passion. Support the game, right? I said that yesterday. Don't marry the organizations. Don't marry anything outside of the game. Well, you can marry your wife and your husband, but other than that, marry the game, because the game is what we're here for, and that's why we play. When you came in to play pool, you didn't know what BCA was, what VNEA was, what APA was, ACS was. You had no idea about that stuff, right? You just wanted to play pool. Now you know all that stuff, and you're getting involved in politics. Don't get involved in politics, man. If there's any politics in pool, it's the wrong thing. I'm not a politician, but I should have been because I believe in change and I believe in fairness and I believe in making a difference every day in your life. But politics sucks. I'll never be a part of it. What a shot from Joey on table two. Wow, these guys are swinging, man. They're swinging. Okay, moving forward, Angela says these kids started our junior league tournament. Elise, Emery, Joey, Jonathan, and Olivia all playing in the teams have been kicking in butts. Yeah, and they're all great players. Olivia McKinney, man, she's an impressive player too. I kind of wish I had the opportunity to work with her, but I don't really run into her too often. I worked with Paige Hutchinson a little bit last night, and like so she comes up to me. She's a young girl, right? She's like, so she's like, the stuff that you taught Elise, like, is it all mental? And she asked it like that, right? So like, oh, like, the question is tricky because you're trying to ask me if you're wasting your time or not, right? And the truth is, like, when it comes to mental, like, that's never a waste of time. But when you're young, like, it kind of is because you don't really care about mental. You're just trying to make balls in the pocket, right? So I'm like, no. I said, like, when I taught her advanced skills. I said, and then from there, like, every time I see her, I just work with her. I try to help her out. I said, like, so I give her mental advice. I give her pattern advice or whatever. I gotta watch a shot. I gotta watch a shot. Be right back. And a big shot coming up here with a jump shot now on table one. That was a good shot though. I gotta watch this too in case there's a foul leaning over. Still trying it out. I guess he's trying to measure out to see whether or not he can do this or if he wants to masse. It looks like he's gonna try masse. Masse is tough, man. I like the masse because that's the kind of guy the style that I play. But the jump shot's probably the best option. Lila, how you doing? Says this tournament is older than the Rice Cup. The Rice Cup started out on different dates and moved to this one last year. Yes, that's what I was just trying to make the point of. The problem is that like people love people, so when they look at Marvin, they say like, "Oh, Marvin's doing this and it's great," and everybody, and I get it, they're supporting him. He's doing a good job, man. So I'm not trying to rob him from it, but like he's the one that created this situation in November, right? He didn't have to change it. He just wanted to, and that's to me that was like a move against. I don't know if it was against the events that were going on that month, or if he was just trying to like because he tries to compete when he was streaming, right? So maybe he's thinking like it's a good time for him to stream or whatever. I know this year they're streaming the Rice Cup through the Crazy Eight page. Whatever, you know, it is what it is. the idea here in Manitoba is everybody thinks that the only reason I'm good at what I do is because I'm a streamer, and the reason why everybody supports me is because I stream. But it's not. It's my passion for pool, man. I was born to do what I'm doing, so like it's different. Oh, what a shot, and it still went in. What a shot. It's a misunderstanding, right? It's not who I am, and I'm telling you, it's just not right. People see, and I'm telling you, because when I first started, people were supporting me. Okay, there was a lot of people that supported me. That was a 10-5. 10-5, right? All right, so I got 85-93. I don't think I missed. I might have missed one game, so I'm gonna check this out real quick. I don't want to make mistakes. I've done plenty of those already. 103-90. That's what they got. So there was that one game. That's probably the one that I went to go watch on the right. 103 for Literal to 90. These guys are in a crucial spot right now. Yeah, so like I was saying, like people used to support me all the time. When I first came out, like there was like a thing, like everybody just knew that I love pool, and my passion was so like fresh, so it was huge, right? I was influencing people all around me. Everybody around was trying to play more pool because I was changing a thing, right? It's like I brought a fire to the city and to the province that had been put out for like I don't know, at least 10 years, right? We went stagnant for a few years, and everything became like just different. The pool, what it used to be and what it was at the time, were completely different. So when I came in, I started doing my journey here, and I started streaming and doing tournaments. Like people just they loved it, man. And I wasn't trying to be famous at all. Like I wasn't trying to be like celebrity or anything like that. I was just doing what I love, right? But the people out there started having like these little envy things that people do, and so like slowly it became like, well, I'm gonna compete against them. I'm gonna start doing that too. I'm gonna start doing this too. I had people that hated me, man. People that absolutely hated me, threatening messages and emails, my life on the line, my family being threatened. You know, and all because I love pool. Like, who do you think you are? I remember some of these texts. Who do you think you are? The king of pool in Manitoba? And I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about, guy? Like, I'm just having a tournament, man. Like, take it easy, man. It's not like I'm making money from the beer sales. I don't make nothing from it. At the time, I was making, when I was going out to do a tournament and stream, I was there for 15 hours making $20 plus my meal. That's what I was charging to go out there and stream all day. $20 plus my meal. And everybody was hating on me because I love pool. And they're like, oh, like, because they couldn't understand where I was coming from. Everybody thought that I was coming there to steal their money, to steal their wealth, to steal their business. And it wasn't, right? Like, the way it was is like one door opened up the door for me to come in and do the work. So I did. They respected me. They treated me good. I treated them like family, right? I was loyal to them. I wasn't trying to like not support other businesses, but the other businesses were being envious already. They didn't want to support me because they were like, oh, who the hell is this guy? I'm losing beer sales or whatever it is that they were thinking. I don't know. I can't put words in the mouth, which I kind of sort of did. But there was a lot of hate and built up against me. So the first year, everybody loved it, man. I was growing huge. I had 100,000 people watching streams, 1,000 people watching the streams at the same time. The first year that I did Swan Lake for annual here, we had 800 people watching at the same time. Okay, it was that big. Everybody fought against me for the last few years to destroy everything that I am. It's either through reputation, talking behind my back, little things. Like I try to coach people to teach them to be better. When people would say like, hey, what do you think about Rod, you know, as a coach? Oh, you can find better than him, man. There's way better players than him out there. You don't need to go him. He's not very good. Hey, what about if calling Rod for a stream? You know what? You don't need to call him. I have a stream. I'll set up for you. I'll do it for a third of the price. You pay me $200. I'll be there all weekend. You don't need to call that guy. Everything they could to try to destroy who I am. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm going to come see you again. You know, so it was like that. So like, and this is what I had to deal for the last few years, right? I didn't want to talk about me, but you know, Ryan Spence, you started this. I didn't want to do that. I really didn't want to do it. People really got after me. They tried to destroy who I am as a person. They came after me mentally. They tried to attack me. They put me in a depression. There was times where like I wanted to give up. The only reason why I didn't give up ever is because I knew that it wasn't about other people. It wasn't about the community altogether. It wasn't about me as a pool player. It was strictly about the game. So when I hit my hardest low, and there was a few people in my corner that were there around me on my lowest day ever, they watched me break down in tears. It was the first time that this competition that they try to create, where Marvin decided he's going to stream and compete against me, that was the first time I had a broken heart in Manitoba. Give me a second. And the reason why is because I couldn't understand, like, if I'm here trying to share my love for pool and try to grow the game in the best direction that I can, something that Manitoba has never seen in their entire lifetime, why is anybody trying to stop me from doing that? Why would anybody want to change that and take away from any of that growth for a selfish need just because they feel like they needed to be in the spotlight too, right? I didn't feel like I needed to be in the spotlight. I never have. I just wanted to make a difference. Everybody around me, who they call themselves as competition, they wanted the spotlight. I never needed it. I just wanted to help you love pool. So that was my first heartbreak, right? I broke down in tears. I watched these guys do the stream. My first person that invested into me, he was supporting the match that was going on in the stream and the people that were streaming by putting money on it. And on top of that, a good close friend of mine back then, watching this event in front of me as I'm breaking down in tears. Okay? It was a heartbreak, a true heartbreak. At that moment, I was like, you know what? Why am I doing this? Right? I thought about it. I went to time. I was going to give up, but I didn't. Because as I was going through that mental breakdown, figuring, like, I mean, I just overcame depression, suicide. I lost my home. I lost my family. I lost my job, my career for life. I lost everything. I just got over it. Pool saved my life. And here I am trying to pay it back, and everybody's trying to destroy me and break me. It was hard, right? But when I sat there and I said to myself, like, why are you crying, man? I understood why. I was betrayed. I was betrayed by the one thing that I love with all my heart, pool. But it wasn't pool itself that betrayed me. It was the people in the pool world that were trying to betray me because they didn't understand who I was. And they totally, absolutely thought that I was just another guy like everybody else out there trying to become viral, trying to become rich and famous through what I love. That's not what I was. So when I sat there and thought about it, I said to myself, okay, this is the part where you need to understand who you're going to be. You're either doing this because you love the game, or you're doing it for all the wrong reasons. If you're going to do it because you love the game, this is only the very beginning of the toughest day of your life. You're going to face more of these times. But if you have your heart on your sleeve and you do everything with love, you'll get there. That's my path. That's why I sit in this chair today. The worst thing that people can do in life is destroy other people's futures. I don't want to do that to anybody. Everybody has a right to live. People tried. They tried to destroy me. I'm still here. Within my own circles in this world, within my own circles, people that are supposed to be my closest allies, even they have tried to stop me. I'm still here. Opportunities that I shouldn't gotten, all of them robbed from me. I'm still here. Everybody else got the opportunities through my hard efforts and my hard work, and I'm still here. It didn't matter because it was about changing the game. If you get better because of it, I did my job. If pool gets better because of it, I live in my dream. That's what it is. That's what it is for me. 10-2, right? I gotta figure out what the score is again. Sorry. That's why I don't like talking about my personal stuff because I lose track of things and I get emotional. I'm not supposed to be emotional right now. $92 to 113. That's what I got. So this table on the right is an important one. It could be the closing match, all depending on what Elise does here. She's on the 9 ball at the moment. Oh, I was trying to bank, but she comes up short. He's going to leave the shot on the 7. I believe the match is over. There's a bit of shaking hands going on here, so I believe the match is over. It is officially over. I'm sorry that I did this today. It's all Ryan Spence's fault. Suitcase, you suck. I love you though, man. I appreciate you, man. I do. But so there's always somebody that opens up the can, and somebody opened up the can today. I'm gonna try to let it all go. I'm gonna try to just keep going and just have a good day. I'm sorry about it. I try not to be personal. I try not to share these things, but life being the way it is, perhaps it was supposed to happen. All right, we got to figure out. I think we have the next semifinal coming up right now. Just those of you that are here in Winnipeg, just know, like, I'm a good guy. I really am. All I wanted to do was make your life better through my work. All right, so it's Mike's team again. We're gonna set it up. I gotta set all this up, so it's gonna take me a few minutes. I got some breakfast here. I gotta eat too, man. But I'm gonna do this first, and then I'm gonna eat. It's been sitting here for a long time. It's probably frozen. I'm gonna have to go take it to the kitchen so they can reheat it for me. This would be. Oh, I gotta change this too. I think the only reason why I'm so emphasized on things and how this is all working out is because I've been thinking about my life a lot. Like, I'm fighting for my life still, even though I'm here. And I truly love pool. I don't know how many years I got left to do what I do, but the time that I have left is precious. So I just want to make a difference before I go. And hang on, I gotta set up this score here. Mike's team, so I got an apostrophe in there. I gotta reset that scoreboard or the timer. And this would be a B-side quarterfinal match, I believe. B quarterfinal. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. We had ebb and flow on the left, so we'll switch more to the right. Yeah, so like the way I'm looking at things, like this obviously Ryan Spence coming up and saying that was something that was supposed to happen. Maybe it's the God or creator just trying to remind people what it was all about, or maybe he's just trying to remind me. Maybe my time's running out. I don't know. But whatever happened, I just want you guys to know that I love it. I'm sorry for any misunderstandings over the years, and we're going to try to do more things while I can. Ooh, I just heard like 4 sticks drop. Oh my God. Hey, take it easy, man. Just slap me in the face. I'd rather you just punch me in the face than you throw your cues around the floor, man. Jesus. All right, so I'm a playful soul. I got to find this bracket here so I can get this all set up. Those of you that we didn't see eye to eye over the years, just understand, like, you may not have liked me, you may not have understood me. I don't hold it against you. I understand the world for what it is. And people, like, if you don't talk about things, nobody really understands. So, like, the fact that this happened today, that I'm having to talk about it because of Ryan and the Rice Cup, it's probably something good for all of us, man. It might be progress. Who knows? We'll see. All I know is that separation doesn't get us anywhere, and, like, I'm not here to make money. So if you guys are sitting there thinking, like, oh, Rogers wants to be rich off pool and it's all for himself, you're absolutely wrong. You judge me the wrong way, and hopefully you just understand that it's never been like that. I don't know if they filled in their team yet. Nope, no roster yet. I gotta wait till the roster comes up, then I'll pop up the roster. Oh wait, all I really need is the Mike's team one because where's the Mike team? I think I could just, not familiar. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I'll get that set up right now. Oh, what a rough weekend, man. So this is what happened last weekend. Like, I came out and I was like going through all these emotional stuff, the stress with mental health and all that, and it just kind of broke me down. My numbers went down to like 0, man. This week I'm supposed to stay away from stress and all that stuff, but my numbers were way better, and I'm dealing with other pills, and I'm not sure that how this is going to affect me. But the good news for all of us, especially for me and my family, is that this is my last event for a few weeks. So now, like starting tomorrow, I'm going to focus on my health. I'm going to try to get back on par with my blood. Hopefully, God, supports me in life, and that things become better for me that way. And then I got to focus on the other part of my health, which is physically and mental, right? So, because even though I'm not really going through mental depression anymore, mental depression always kind of lingers around. And when you're not feeling good, healthy, and things like this are going on around you, like you're talking about life and passion and stuff like that, it affects you, right? You can see it. You can see it and hear it in my voice. I'm sorry about it. It's just the way it is, man. I'm not trying to do it on you guys, and I don't want people to feel sorry for me. I don't want people to look at me in a different way. But I think you guys just need to know this for some reason. It wasn't my choice, though. Just know that, okay? It was Ryan's fault. let's let's just put it out there, okay? It was Ryan's fault. Suitcase. That's why I did the AI thing on you, man. Mike's team. And I know he's probably trying to get a reaction out of me. That's probably why he did it. It was probably just a stupid comment, just because he does things like that. He was just probably be a smartass. But you opened up something that wasn't supposed to be opened up, man. Just doing the lineups here because these guys are warming up. They're probably gonna get into action right away. And honestly, if you're an organization or anybody out there that loves pool as much as I do, just let me know. I just want to make a difference, man. If I can come work with you, share that passion, and make a difference for pool in your world, I'll do it. Just let me know how I can help. Or Scott. So I'm putting Morris Scott in this lineup, but Tom Walker's in it too. I'm only leaving it at 4 players, so I'm not going to put an extra player on there. It's going to be tough too because the names are huge. But I want it to look good, so a second. Oops. Oh, so they're gonna sit out Morris instead. So I'll put Tom Walker on here. Almost there. All right, so they haven't even figured out their lineups yet. They're still gonna do all that stuff. I need to eat my food, man, because I gotta take my pills, and I'm behind like 3 hours right now from my schedule, which is what I'm not supposed to be doing. But because of the rough start today, because of the emotional side of things and getting caught up on some of that stuff, it set me back, and I have to take care of my health. So I'm gonna step away for a second. I'm just gonna finish these couple of comments before I do so. Stacy Bolio, she's stuck in a tough one because that was a father son, and she's the mom, right? So she's like, no matter what you say, Rod, I'm with whatever team Joey's on. He's such a competitive spirit, that guy. I'm telling you, like he's just young, he's just growing up. That's all. But as soon as he figures out this emotional side of the thing, that he's gonna be an incredible player. Joey Bolio is gonna be a name that people are gonna be feared all the time whenever they have to play him because he's just a good player. He just has to find a way to grow through the emotional side of things. That's all. Brenda Francis Baptiste says, "Oh my God, is that dad and son playing with each other?" Yeah, that's isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? I mean, you teach your kid how to play first, and then eventually you're playing against them, man. It's so cool. That's the process. I have 6 kids altogether in my life. 4 of them live with me. None of them pick up the game, but the 2 little ones love it. So I'm hoping that at least the little ones will pick it up. My hope is at least one kid gets up playing on my team. One, but I got a 1 in 6 chance, right? We'll see. So far, I swung and missed. With all this passion, you figure they'd be naturally born drawn to pool, but no. But whatever it is they do in life, one thing I know is that they're gonna have my passion, and so I know they're gonna do good in life. no matter what happens to me moving forward in life, I'm always gonna have that sense and peaceful understanding that I've done my job with my kids. They're gonna be good people in life. You used to ignore ignorant people, says Ann Bell Cameron. Yeah, well, it's I don't know. Like I try not to ignore people, right? I love people and I love people that support my stream. So like I try not to ignore people. But yeah, you're right. You know, if it's something like we're like you're just being ignorant, like last week we had that guy. I can't remember his name completely, but I think it was Edward or something. He came in and started out some bullshit, and I'm sorry, but he did, and it kind of stirred up the pot that day, which ended up leading to me having a breakdown, mental breakdown on the stream, crying on the stream. It was horrible. It was nasty, and all he was doing was just being a troll, right? People had nothing else to do, man. That's why when I talk to the creator and God and I talk about my life right now, like I say like, listen, man, there's people out there that just don't care about life. I do. You know, give me a chance. I don't know if it's ever gonna work or if God's gonna listen to me, but what I do know is that I got out of the hospital. I'm here right now. Tomorrow will tell me what number's at, and then I'll have an understanding of where I stand with God. All right, so I gotta go get my meds. I'm gonna do my pills. If you guys are enjoying the coverage, even though it's been a little bit emotional and sappy and all that stuff, you guys can like and share the stream. If you don't, I understand. It hasn't been a great day for me so far, but I would appreciate the support. I really would. And if you're a hater, I love you, man. I'll be back. I still gotta take my meds and everything, but the match has started now officially. Mike's team gets a 16-point spot through the handicap system, and this is a. Oh, I gotta fix that too. Hang on. All right, so it's a B-side quarterfinal. We got that up there for you guys. We got Jonathan McKinney from Mike's team on the right. We have Erica Flett from Evan Flo on the left. And that table on the left looks like a one pocket table. Crazy. That's going to be a long one. And it's the two ladies playing, so it's going to take some time, especially with that kind of cluster in there. But I know one of them is going to open it up. It's just a matter of who has the patience to wait for the other one to make the mistake. Jonathan McKinney at the table right now on that one. And as we're watching him go here, we're going to go through this lineup. It is a showdown between Mike's team and Evan Flo. On Mike's team, we got Mike McKinney, Jonathan McKinney, Tom Walker, and Olivia McKinney, who's at table number 1 right now. On table 2, or the second side, sorry, I should say, we got Terry Boyo, Leon Houle, John North, and Erica Flett. It is a B-side quarterfinal matchup. It is an elimination match because if you win, you keep going. If you lose, you're out. And they're not quite in the money yet, so this is an important match. Mike's team starts out with a 16-point handicap, which is on the board. And these two racks here kind of set the tone for the rest of the match, I believe, because the all-female matchup is already at hand on the first table here on the left. Oh, he almost got that in off that 14. Which reminds me, what was the last highlight? Because I had a really nice highlight there last time. Well, that was that crazy jump shot from Errol. He actually missed a pocket, but it went off the stripe and in. Just worked out really nice for him. Mr. John North from Evan Flo now on table number 2. Overcuts this one. Looking for a little bit of luck. Ooh, not bad. He wedged him up pretty good. Erica's still trying to settle into her game. Ball in hand for Olivia. You guys are going to enjoy watching Olivia play. She's a good player. I have no influence in her game at all. Her dad's the one that's taught her, and then other than that's whatever she's learned on her own. But one thing I can tell you about Olivia McKinney is she's a natural talent. And she's got that aura about her like she's gonna be a fierce competitor. Some people, like, you just know when they're gonna be great players. Like, she gives me that vibe, like she's just gonna be a very fierce, great player. Only problem is that life always takes turns, right? So like when you're young like this, you have this talent. Sometimes life just takes you a different direction and you forget about that. You put it aside. Years go by and then you decide to play again. I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping that she'll be one of those players that continues to play over the years. She's got a lot of talent. She just hit it right, man. Like everything. I watched her play last year. She was just making so many sweet shots. And I like her approach. Her dad's a kind of player like this too. Like, he's not afraid to go for shots. He's not afraid to develop a table. And that's something that, like, it's kind of genetic. She's just lost the shot there though. Those are all the learning stuff for her, right? She's still learning, obviously young in her game. Definitely taking a look at this. And she did some crazy stuff like this last year where she was like making cross banks and kick shots. So we'll see what she does here on this one, coming up with something creative. You can see maybe enough of the 9 ball. She's aiming like she could. Did not have it. Looking for a good leave now, and it's going to be decent, especially because the 9 ball rolled over to the pocket. That blocks the shot from going into the corner. Erica to the table now, and she's got a couple different options, but we're thinking about safety now because there's really not much she can make on the table. Mr. John North on table 2, cleaning up table at the moment. Just the 14 and the 8 ball left. He's playing good. He's in competitive mindset. I like the way John plays. Makes the 8 ball no problem. It's a 10-4 for Evan Flo. $20 to 10, a 10-point difference now. Just love the way she approaches the table, the no fear, you know, like everything. Her process is really nice for somebody that's just starting to learn how to play pool. Look at that, man. She's gonna deliver a huge win for her team. That makes it a 10-4 for Mike's team. 16-point difference now. Just the process. Just the process. Nice little finish. I still gotta do my food, so I'm gonna do that real quick. I'm here though. I'm watching everything. I'm on point. I think Leon won that table. 10-0. Twenty to 10. That's what they got. So I got the wrong score, but they might not enter that last one. I'll go with what they have though, because I have to. I don't think it's just been updated. That's all. Now it says 2020, so it says that they're even right now. I gotta go with what they have, right? But I've seen a few matches already, so I feel like the score's wrong. But I have to honor whatever they have for a score. That table on the right was so cleaned up that nobody wants to touch it anymore. They're all scared, man. They don't want to play against Leon. Mr. Tom Walker, the Open Division champion, at the table right now on table one. That's good for a 10-7. 3 points apart. I'll have to confirm this again, but I'm pretty sure I'm accurate. I'm still eating my food, so give me a couple of minutes. devoured that, man, like I was supposed to. So good. It really wasn't, but it's good now. All right, so we got this is Mike McKinney on table number 1. This is the player I was talking about. Like he's got an aggressive approach, not afraid to develop tables. Just an aggressive player, a fast-paced player too. Smooth stroke on that one to get onto the 3. Eight is in for the win on a 10-4 score for Mike's team. 50-35, 15-point difference between them. Yeah, see, so Ryan is being Ryan, man. I'm looking at the comments here on Facebook. He was just trying to stir the pot, trying to do the devil's work, I guess. He says, oh, well, I was never a fan of this tourney. And that's just like the other guy last week. He's just stirring the pot for no reason. There's nothing else to do. It's okay, though, Suitcase. That's you, man, not me. Kathy Secret says, thanks for the stream, Rod. You're very welcome. I'm probably gonna have to ignore your messages moving forward, Suitcase, if that's what you're trying to do, man. I've always had a lot of respect for you, so. Mr. Red Eagle says, hey, Rod, I appreciate everything you do for the pool scene in Manitoba. Thanks. I really appreciate that. I really do. And I can see the effects of like talking about life. Like nobody wants to listen to it. Losing a lot of people watching the stream, and it's unfortunate because this is a nice event. $50-35 is what they have. That's what I have. They haven't updated a score from there. Nice bank on table 2 from Jonathan McKinney. Oh no. Did not see that coming. That's a 10-6 loss. $56-45 is what I got. I gotta wait for them to update their score though, but that's what I have. Yeah, it's the right score. And we're officially, I believe we're done the first and second round. Let me see. No, we're in the middle of the second round. So Leon Hull Sr. on the left side right now is playing against Tom Walker. That's the third game of the second round. And then Terry Bolio against Olivia McKinney starting on table number 2. That is the last game of the second round. Only 4 rounds. It's a round of 16, right? So 16-game format. Leon's going to come up short on table 1, pushes the table over to Tom, and Tom will take a look. He is the this year's Open Division champion. I watched his game grow and change over the years. He's a very different kind of player than where he was over the last couple of years. Definitely changed his style for the better, and we'll see how he does here on this table because it's not easy. Olivia McKinney to break on table 2. I think she's playing against Terry Boyle. I said that, I think. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Makes the ball off the break. Tom's going to make the 2 ball on his table. The 5 ball is what he's looking at on table 1. Like it has openings, but it's not necessarily perfect, so he's got to find the right spot. Still got to figure out this 5 ball. It goes to the corner, so if he just goes below this 8 ball, he should be good. But he's looking at a different approach. This is way tougher than it could have been. Jess missed the shot. Leon to the table now on table number 1. They're in a close battle here with 9-point difference. Chance to be able to get that a little closer here if he can win this rack. Olivia McKinney right now trying to work out her magic on table number 2. 3 balls left in the 8 ball. Off angle here though, so she's gonna change the table a little bit. Made a good shot and got herself in a tough spot. And the 4 ball is now buried even deeper into that 9 and 15. Junior tournament has now been concluded. Congratulations to the winner. Enjoy your prizes. Weird table, table 1. Olivia's gonna miss the contact on the 3 on table 2, so Terry Boyle will get a ball in hand for Team Ebb and Flow. Master player has been playing like a master all day today, so he's gonna get straight to it and try to open up this 9 and 15. Yeah, they get the Q2. I gotta be right back. Enjoying our pool cue. Nice little Duffering pool cue for winning the juniors. Hopefully it inspires her to become a great player. Just won a tournament today, so it's the beginning of something. Definitely be keeping an eye out to see her progress in the future and see if she connects with the game like I hope that it would have done for whoever won that cue. Got a fancy trophy too. I love this trophy that they got for them. Really nice. She's gonna hit the 3 ball this time. I'm surprised he didn't open up that 15 and 9. I'm not sure what happened, but he didn't. He had the ball in hand and he didn't open it up. We call it just a shot. It's gonna line up a little setup here for a combination for him. So he's got some good outs, and he's gonna force Olivia to open up this 9 and 15. She's gonna miss it, so that's not a bad thing. It's gonna give Terry a ball in hand, so he can still try to figure this out. But her not actually hitting any of those balls and opening up puts all the work on him still. Tom Walker with a 10-4 win for Mike's team. I have 66-49. I'll confirm that on the app. Excuse me, on the app. They haven't updated it yet. It's a good thing that she's not hitting this 4 ball because obviously if it was an easy situation, he would have opened it up already. They have 56-49. So I got the 49, but the 56 is different. So I got to switch it to that what they have. 56. I have to honor whatever score they have on their matchup. Now she had no choice but to open it. But this is probably a good thing. It looks like she opened it up the proper way. I mean, he still has shots to be able to make, but now her ball is open. If he doesn't make the shot, she's got a chance to win. Let's see if this was one of those things where like he overplayed the safety, or if he was right and he got the setup that he was looking for. We're a bit too far on this one, so he's gonna have to play a safety here again. Erica Fledge is not feeling good today at the table, man. Last year when I watched her play, she was just right on point, good competitor. Not that she's not this year, but she's just having a tough time to get going. And they're in a B-side matchup, so this is important here to find your game as quickly as you can. We're gonna have the A-side final after this. What I might do is I might just stop the stream and start a new one. There's just too much stuff going on the last stream, and I didn't feel good about it, so I don't wanna go out like that. Nice little move there from Mike to open up the 8 ball. Oh no, she's gonna make the 8 ball on the table too. Not intentional. That's a loss at 10-6. Should be 59-62, but I'm not sure. I'll have to wait till they update their scores. Drop in on the app again and see if it updated it. So they got 72-59. So there's points missing there that I thought were missing earlier. They're now on the board. 72-59 for Mike's team. I don't need a whole lot of loving. You got some good tunes going over here. Great shooting, Mike, says Larry Hobson. Yeah, he plays pretty good, man. I like the way he plays. He's always been consistent in the way he plays. And you can see genetically, like, he's passing on those traits onto his kids. That's why I'm disappointed on mine right now. Like, mine should be playing pool, man. They should be doing the stuff that I do. They would be great competitors, too, man. And can't force kids to do what they don't want to do, right? So I just got to keep being patient until eventually they end up going to a bar when they're older. They play somebody for a beer, and then suddenly they fall in love with the game. I don't know. I'm hoping. I don't want them to be drinking, man, but if one beer helps them to be able to become a pool player, then I'm okay with them having one beer. Not when you're young, though, if your kids are watching. I'm not that kind of dad, man. I've never been. Oh, he just got past that horn of the side pocket. If he would have clipped it, would have put him maybe in a better spot, but he got through it clean. I think that's what he was trying to do, but either way, like a little bump there might have came in handy. She's all right, baby, clean out of sight now. Mr. John North working his magic still. He's been a great competitor in this matchup. Erica fled on table one, having a bit of a rough go today, but she got a chance to redeem herself here on this rack. A weird spot to be in, though. The angles don't really support what she's trying to do here. I don't mind this option, but it's really tight. So, like, when we're looking at this shot, I always try to start from the back so people understand better, and then connect the dots so they can see and how to read what I'm looking at. So the natural tangent line here, if you were to make this shot, it's going to take the cue ball at this angle. I'm just trying not to get in front of her there. It's taking it at this angle. Okay. So when a player is playing this shot, like, you're actually thinking it's going at this angle. It makes it a lot tighter. You can't make it thinner unless you go tops or if you put draw. That's the only way you can change that angle. So you use the draw shot, which is standard. A lot of players will use that. You're technically supposed to try to use the top spin there, though, so you can try to get up table. What she's done here, she's made the shot, but she's put herself in a do or die situation with that 15 ball. And this is where the skill and knowledge comes in. If she's able to make that bank and get it in, it's good for her confidence, good for the game, and good for the team. But if she doesn't, then it's going to be another thing that gets into her head, especially at a time when she's still trying to build confidence at the table. Oh, and she's so lucky. Wow. Her opponent says that's cheating. There's no way. Like, how did you lock me in there? I had no idea, man. Like, that was for that to happen. That's like a 1% chance for something like that to happen. I wouldn't even give it a 1%. Maybe 0.5 of a percent. Can't wait to see how he deals with it. But I kind of want to go through this again. He's still trying to figure it out. So, table on the left. Just a bank shot. She should have knocked that 8 ball in, but she didn't. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And he's like jammed into this pocket, so like he can't really do a lot. I believe that he's jammed into a spot where like he's naturally gonna have the contact on the 8, but he wants to make the shot. It's Tom Walker on table 2, trying to do his part to help the team right now. Just a 5 and 8 ball remaining. Little off and in off the 13, sets him up for the 8 ball. Camera moved on table 2. Hopefully it doesn't disconnect. 10 to 5. I have 82 to 64 for Mike's team. Tried to do a little reverse mass 8 type thing on the 8 ball, but he missed it. So this is good for Erica now. She's going to get a chance to get on the board. Usually, like, when players are struggling and they're not doing good, all they need is just a little bit of an incentive. And she's got a nice incentive here, getting rewarded for a little bit of a lucky roll, but it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't because she tried to go for that 15 ball. So it's technically through her own efforts. 10, 2, 7. She's happy right now. You can see it in her face. She's happy right now. 89 to 74 is what I got for a score. I have to update it though through the app because I'm not sure what they have. 82-74, that's what they have. So I gotta go with what they have. Weird because I've been trying to do my best to keep track of the scores, and I have. This is the only match where I've been all over the place with the scores. So I'm not sure it's the lack of entering scores or if it's something like that. But I haven't been able to keep up with them, which I find it really weird because I've been right here for all of it. They got 89-79 now. Okay, so that's the score that was missing. They got a 10-point difference now. And they're running into that fourth roundabout. Just about. So they're all kind of like hovering around, and I'm sure there's something going on, but so their score says 159 to 74 now. I got to see what's going on here because that shouldn't be the case. Yeah, they've just been inputting the scores wrong. That's what happened. So the actual score is 89 to 74. I think I was on point. I'm not sure. I'm so confused with this match right now. I have no idea what happened, man. But I think I was on point. I don't know. All right, so that concludes the second round, and we're now into the last two racks of the third round. We have Leon Fool Sr. against Olivia McKinney on table 2, and the Master Terry Boyle against the future Master Jonathan McKinney on table number 1. I need some vibes, man. I'm starting to mellow out. Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's a B-side quarterfinal, and we're getting close to that spot where like everybody's trying to battle for the win. I mean, they've been battling right from the beginning, but right now we're at that spot where like the games really count. Terry Bully on table number one, trying to work his magic that he has all day. He's been playing like a master, the master that he is, leading his team with some really strong wins. Did a bit of a grind out battle in the last one to survive a match against Olivia McKinney. Right now, he's got good control at the table. Just has to find a way to open up that 9 ball that's leaning up against the 7 in the top left corner. And he's just missed a shot trying to go off the 7 ball. It didn't open up the 9 ball in the way that he wanted to, but it also didn't change the table in a way that's going to help his opponent. He's going to have another turn at that table. Mr. Leon Hull Sr. on table number 2. He's trying to eliminate the opportunities there for his opponent by finishing this table. He's going to come out short, and he's going to tap that 11 ball. The way that he tied it up, though, is nice because the 2 ball still goes to the corner. The 11 doesn't. Kick. It's Jason Richard. Yeah, I must have been doing pretty bad today, man, because I only got 1 like on YouTube and there's not many people watching. So it's either I'm doing really bad or it's the personal conversations, which I once again I apologize. I'm not trying to talk about myself. It's always something, man. I had to start on a fresh note, so this is going to be the last stream for this match. After this, I'm going to stop and come back with a fresh one. I'm going to do a reset, and we're going to ignore Ryan Spence all day long. Just wanted to stir the pot, and you did your job, man. I know you've always been like that, but I never thought you would do it to me, but I guess I was wrong. Lost the cue ball on table number 1. That's a ball in hand for Terry Bolio. Ball in hand on table 2 for Olivia McKinney. Olivia was trying to open up the 11 ball, but she missed it there. So that becomes a problem. She knows that like the 11 doesn't go, so she has to break it out. And unfortunately for her, the ball that she just took was probably the only way she can get that out. The A-side final is what's coming next. So when I come with the next stream, it's going to be the A-side final, just so you guys know. And from there, it should be A-side final, B-side final, championship match. I don't know if that's exactly how it's going to work, but that's the idea of how it's supposed to work. Making the corrections here on the intro stuff or the write-ups because like way people like know because a lot of times people just look for the championship match and that's all they're trying to find, so it's going to clear that up because this post right now says championship match and it shouldn't. It's not going to be played on the stream. I have to redeem myself for that horrible period of time that I had to deal with my emotions in my life. I mean, it's not horrible to me, but it's horrible to people that are watching. They don't want to deal with that kind of stuff, right? My wife told me that last week too. She's like, people just want to enjoy the game. They don't want to listen about life, and I understand. I apologize for it. I've done it too many times, I know, but a wise player once told me back in Vancouver, like, you don't have to apologize for yourself. You're the hardest working man in this industry, and you give up so much to be here and do all this stuff. But being Canadian, we just say sorry. Yeah, I don't know. It's in my nature, man. We just have to say sorry. Like, yeah, it's true. I don't know why they say that it's like that, but it's true. Like when two Canadians bump into each other, they both apologize. Eleven ball is still a big problem on table two. 'Cause of the way the system's been being entered, I want to make sure that I just follow track with their scores. So they have a 99 to 77. 10 to 5 on table two for ebb and flow. Should be 147 now. Yep, we're good. Decent spread at the table here for Erica now on table one. She just got that win under her belt where she was really trying to get something to get going. And it wasn't like the prettiest way to win, but she was able to get that break to be able to win. So I'm assuming that this is going to be a good table for her now, especially with a little bit of a spread. Give her a chance to get going. It all depends on how she starts, though. And she's looking at a tough shot right off the hop. And it's not a tough shot normally, but if you're not feeling confident, this is a challenging shot. She's going to make it, though. Options for the 6, maybe the 2, and the 3 to the side, I believe. I don't think she can make 3 any other pocket except for the right side middle. Evan Flow in a little bit of trouble. They started off with a 16-point deficit. You're out? Always good to see you.
Yeah, you too. I hope you get better.
Radiating like you are.
Oh yeah. Thank you. You too.
Thank you. My favorite, she's never really been my co-commentator because she's never been on the mic. She's too shy to be on the mic. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell her that right now. Hang on. All right, I put her in a tough spot. I said like, she's a beautiful person. She's a real good person, a great soul, and every time she comes out of here, she makes me happy because like she's just a great person, like I say. But she's shy about being on the mic. So we're talking about like because she's been dealing with life too, and so have I. So we're talking about life. And one of the things that we both agreed on is that you just have to wake up every day and do something. You know, just live life. Don't ponder and just live it. I think they gotta call up a match or want me to watch it. Okay, I'll be right back. That little spot to be in, but it was a good shot. Yeah, and see, like you can see now, she's starting to settle down into her game. Ebenflow needed her to kind of wake up because she's an impact player, Erica. So here, this is where I would take the 2 ball, but she's looking at the easier shot. This is dangerous because she needs perfect shape on the 2. Lots of room for error here. She's gonna get a perfect little bump on the 10 ball though, and that's gonna save the day. That's also gonna boost up her confidence. I believe she still has 1 match left in this matchup. Gotta look at the score sheet here. Just the 8 ball left on that one. Oh, it's not Erica. It's Shonda Flat. Sorry. Oh my god, it keeps calling Erica. My bad, Shonda. I know it's Shonda too. I don't know why I did that. 10-5. That's 97. 109. They're at borderline right now. Score is accurate. I don't know why I kept calling Erica. It's Shonda. I know it's Shonda. Jesus, I apologize to you, Shonda. No disrespect. I butcher people's names all the time, but never call them a different name. That's the first time I've done that, so I'm sorry. I meant no disrespect. So this one now on table 1 is the Jonathan McKinney versus Leon Hull senior matchup. The last match in this entire battle is a showdown between Terry Bolio and Mike McKinney, the 2 masters. If it gets down to that one, that's going to be an interesting battle. But right now, this match could be set for the finish through Mike's team if they get a chance on table 2. It could be set for a scenario to get to the last rack if John North can deliver the win for Ebb and Flow on this table. Nice contact on the break from Jonathan McKinney. Does not make a ball off the break though. So Ebb and Flow with a golden chance on table number 1 to be able to get back into the match. John North just missed a shot on the 6 ball on table 2 for Ebb and Flow. So now they're at risk to lose here through the strike of Olivia McKinney, who's just coming to the table. 2 balls in the 8 ball remaining. She's taking a look at the 8 ball first because that's what her concern is. She wants to finish this game. She knows she's got an opening shot here on this turn, so she's okay that way. It's a matter of whether or not she needs to do something for that 8 ball. She's already made her assessment and she's good to go. Bit of an interesting roll here. This might bring John back to the table. Because if she would have gone a little bit further ahead, she would have been straighter on that easier shot. But this angle, trying to play shape for the 8 ball too, lots of room for body movement, lots of room for mistakes, and likely going to overcut this 15 ball to the right, or the 11 ball more to the right than towards the pocket. But I've seen her make some great shots before, so I won't be surprised if she pulls out a really nice shot here. It's just that the scenario set up because of the 8 ball the way it is, it's calling for body movement. Oh, and it just clipped that side pocket like it usually does, and unfortunately for her, she's lost the cue ball too. John's gonna get the chance to finish that rack off to all, and they really needed that. That's 10-6. Eight-point difference right now, I believe. They haven't updated the score yet. Two masters remaining. So there's the 10 points for each team here that can make it 125 to 107 or 117 to 115. And there's still one rack left after that. Which they're not playing it because I'm assuming that this is like ball countdown. Ebb and Flow has a possible 20 points available, so the most they can do here is 127. The score has to be wrong, but they basically need like 12 points to win, which a win would do it. And he's on a spot where he can actually get this win right now, and it's a big win too because it's a 10-1 win if you can win it. Oh yeah, this is a Masterman. No, this is Leon and Jonathan. So the Terry Bowie and Mike McKinney are the last match of this matchup, which I think is all like based upon what happens on this table. Nice little cut from Jonathan McKinney to the side pocket, sets him up for the 1 ball. This kid's a nice player too. Nice pace, perfect shot, good execution, man. That's how you deliver a good finish for your team. That was huge. That's going to be for the match. 10-1. $125, 108. That's what I have. They're pounding. They're doing their thing, man. Congratulations, guys. Nicely done. Good job. Keep going, man. You got more battles to go on the B side. And on that note, so we're gonna conclude this stream. Come back with the A side final. It's scheduled for like 15 minutes from now, so I'm gonna set this all up real quick. But I do want to give a shout out to my good friend Curtis and Kuiper's Bakery. Shout out to them because my kids love the bakery stuff that they make. They make amazing bakery goods. They really do. I'm diabetic, so I can't enjoy them. But when I was able to enjoy them, it's absolutely the best bakery in Manitoba, in my opinion. And it's not just because he's my friend and because he's supported me over the years, but it's because it's genuine. The food is just that good. And my kids love the monster cookies that he has. So like last night, he was like, I'm gonna probably do this with it. I was like, hey man, if you're gonna bring goods, like I'll buy some stuff. I want some cinnamon buns. I want some cookies. You know, my kids love your cookies. And he's like, oh man, like I don't really have because it's in Brandon. It's away from here, but he pulls some strings. I'm assuming he probably called somebody in Brandon to come deliver. And whatever the case was, when I came in this morning, I hope my wife and my kids aren't listening right now because I'm trying to surprise them, but they probably are listening. They got monster cookies, man. I was like, dude, like you just made my kids listen to me for the next 5 hours of the day. Like they only listened to me when they got some Kuiper's Bakery. So shout out to you, man, for that. I really appreciate it, man. And before I roll out on this one, we're gonna go with last year's highlights. I'm trying to share it all the time, so I'll pop this up. These are the highlights from last year. After that, I'm gonna close out, and then I'll come back with a A-side final. It's gonna be crazy. Oh, he's gonna make the shot. He's gonna push the 6-ball over to the right, which might give him a follow-up with the 6-ball. That was a good shot. Oh, he's gonna make another nice shot. Goes for the bank. She's gonna make it. What a shot. Nice shot. Oh, what a shot. Boom. Especially with the race getting a little closer. Is she gonna make it to the pocket? Oh, just made it. He's gonna make a beautiful shot. Good job, buddy. Oh, and he's gonna make the shot. Oh, what a shot. Hugh Slinger's 46, first to go 73, start of the third. Thank you, Angie. Good shot, kid. Made a nice shot there. Oh, and a big shot. All right, so that was the highlights. I got to make this quick because these guys are trying to get into action right away. So I'm going to come right back with another stream for you guys. Okay, it shouldn't take me very long. It really shouldn't. I just got to do a couple of little things here. Last highlight. A little bit of a lucky roll there. That could have been a big difference maker there for sure. The pool wisdom, the more you sweat in practice, the less you bleed in battle, man. I say it over and over again. Just get out there and try your best. The days that you go into the table and you're not feeling it, you're feeling stressed out, nothing's working out, those are the days you're supposed to grow the most. Most people just walk away and quit. That's what you don't want to do. That's what makes you a bad player. Being a good player is about trying to get through those moments. So when you're at the table and you're not feeling it right now, find a way to get connected, man. Work on your kick shot, work on your bank shot, work on your jump shot. Maybe you just got to work on your break, man. Figure out what it is that you're not very good at yet and learn and try to become better at that. Once you understand what you're not good at anymore and you start working on it, everything changes in your game. And then you also have direction as to how to grow your game in the right direction. It's up to you to become the champion within. I wish you all the best on your journey, and I hope you take the advice because I'm looking forward to seeing you become that champion, man. I know you're it. Just got to get there. And I will be back with another stream shortly, not later or tonight. We'll go this. My name is Arriagada. If you guys want to add me or follow me on Facebook, you can find me there under Arriagada, space QSports Live, one word, then Manitoba. And you can find me on YouTube under Arriagada/CSL Manitoba. Message me at cslmanitoba@gmail.com if you want me to come out and check out any of your events. You want me to come be a part of it and stream it. Even if you just want to advertise it, even if you're not hiring me, let me know. I'll support you. It's all about the game, man. Let's make a difference. And the outro. I've never been this quick, man. Happy, take it easy on my baby, says Stacy Bolio. And YouTube is quiet. Okay. So that's perfect. We're going to come right back with an A-side final. I'm not going to make any more comments right here because I just want to get right back into it. It's the reset, the grand reset for the biggest match of this team event. Well, second biggest match. It's the A-side final. Somebody's going to be guaranteed second place after this. I'll be back. Thanks for watching, guys. You guys are awesome. And thank you for your patience about me and what's going on in life and talking about myself. I try not to do it. I apologize for that. And once again, it'll be the last time, hopefully. You guys are awesome for being understanding, though. You guys deserve an applause, so let's give you guys an applause for that one. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. Cheers.